on PC feeling like Anthony Davis because one day, like I'm consistent with my picks. My picks is consistent. Everything hits. The next day, I'm completely wrong. I'm like on an AD streak of inconsistency, man. Crazy. AD streak, bro. It's an AD streak. It's crazy.
Man, oh man.
fellas, what's going on today? How's everybody living?
What up?
Doing
What up?
great.
Very good, man.
What up?
Oh, nobody's in bad shape.
Oh no, I'm in great. Hey, listen, I'm in great shape. It's always a great day when you're right.
Okay. Mars, how you feeling about that Suns and 7 debacle?
Suns in 2024, man. Suns in 2024.
For those of you who don't know, I'm gonna go ahead and let the cat out the bag. They got routed last night. The Suns got absolutely spanked by the Nuggets, and we got to talk about this right from the jump. I want to know how we feel about this game and how do we feel about the Nuggets in general.
Mm-hmm. It was bad. The game, it was bad. Phoenix didn't. They came out. Besides Cameron Payne came out as someone who wanted to be Steph Curry. But other than him, it was not good for the Suns. Denver came out. They just ran their offense like they always do. The dribble handoffs, the high pick and roll. I'm not going to say no, DeAndre Ayton was a big problem for them because DeAndre Ayton has been terrible. But I do think the lack of big man depth that the Suns had made it impossible to deal with Jokic, even worse than they were trying to deal with him in the first 5 games of the series. Devin Booker, ever since he tweaked his ankle, seemed to just fall off a cliff. I don't know if he's actually injured or whatever the case may be. KD did not have a great series, so there's that. But the Denver Nuggets are just a better team in terms of 1 through 8. They just had better guys all around. They had the best player in the series, which should be a surprise to no one. Jokic is clearly the best player in the series. And I think they had the better coaching as well. I don't know if Monty Williams didn't make as many adjustments as you'd like because of the lack of depth in his team, or he just wanted to stick to his guns and keep running these isolations, high pick and rolls, even though Denver were making it abundantly clear that they were going to make sure that Devin Booker and KD struggled as playmakers. And I think they did, especially KD. And Phoenix need to retool this roster because as presently constructed, they're not going very far.
Hey Mars, what was it about Jokic that made you think that he wasn't going to get plus 9 assists yesterday? Because I know on the show you was like, yeah, he's not getting 10 assists. What made you think that?
I mean, it was looking like he wasn't going to get it until Mike Malone started letting him stay in up 30 to stat pad. So I was going all right, but I thought the reason I didn't think he'd get plus 9 is I didn't anticipate KCP making every shot he took. So I think Jokic every game is going to make some of the greatest passes we've ever seen. He's going to get enough opportunities to get assists. Just is whether or not his teammates make or miss shots. I didn't anticipate the shooting performance that KCP would have to really get his assists up. But Jokic had a great game, and I think he averaged a triple-double this series. So So yeah, shout out to Jokic, man. Good player.
How you feeling about this series, Damo?
Hey man, I had Denver in 6. I knew Phoenix couldn't hang. I knew that Denver would get more production, like I said, they would get more production from their bench, from Bruce Brown than anybody on anybody on Phoenix could give them. I seen that coming. Phoenix isn't deep enough. And I didn't even realize DeAndre Ayton wasn't playing until later on that day. So then I knew for a fact they weren't going to be deep enough, even though I felt DeAndre Ayton was out there giving you Julius Randle performances that we were used to. So, and on top of that, I don't know what it is. These European guys do not like Devin Booker because this is the second year in a row you have a European guy come out there and this team blow them out in the elimination game. First it was Luka, now it's Jokic. This might be his play.
Hold on, rewind. It's 3 years in a row because don't leave out the NBA Finals. Don't leave the NBA Finals out too. Keep going. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Giannis too. So Devin Booker, he had a great run up until this last game when it mattered the most. And we're gonna talk about another guy that did something when it mattered the most. But when it mattered the most, he disappeared. Was playing so great, only missed 6 to 8 shots in 5 games. It was so fun to watch until it mattered the most. Then he was nowhere. Then it was the Cameron Payne show. Of all people, it was the Cameron Payne show throwing the last fist, trying to fight for their life, man. It was crazy to see. Shout out to Denver. Love the fact that Jokic went out there, handled business, did what he was supposed to do, got them boys through there, and I can't wait to see him in the conference finals.
Fluent?
I'm mad at you. I'm mad at Jay. I'm mad at Mars. Adama wasn't part of it, but I'm mad at him too. I'm mad at every single person up here. I'm mad at every single person in the media. I'm pissed off at every single person who sent me a death threat. I'm pissed off at Haley. I'm pissed off at every single person who made me feel bad and make me question myself when I said KD is not a superstar, and I felt horrible and I walked it back. And you know what? Shame on me for listening to all these people and letting them trick me. I should have stuck to my guns as I always do and stuck with he is not a superstar. And anyone who says he is a superstar, I checked the lie detector.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
That was a lie. He is not a damn superstar. And I should have stuck with it. Shame on me. It'll never happen again.
I said he was fringe. I said the only superstars to me were LeBron and Steph. So I mean,
I'm with you. I should have stuck with it. So shame on all of you for talking me out of it. Shame on everybody. The death threats. You gotta take them seriously. No, not doing it. Never again.
Chill. Before we get around to you, this is the perfect time to ask this question. How much has KD digressed, or is it just simply a matter of his playoff translation has just not been there in the last few years?
I asked the question February in 2022. I asked the question, and like Tone, I got roasted. I asked the question, are we seeing the beginning of the end of KD? What? He's 35 a game. He's 29 a game, and he's awesome. And I didn't say he didn't still have the goods, but he was on the other side of who he used to be. The injuries were mounting up, and he was starting to slow down. If you watch KD, he doesn't look like KD. He does look slower. He doesn't look as athletic. And the reason why is because he's on the other side of who he used to be. Is he over? I'm not going to go that far to say he's over, but he is on the other side of who he used to be, 100%. With all of that being said, what I want to do is today, I want to dead the logic that you could just jump on a crew and it's going to work. Let's kill that right now. We're done with that. You're not just going to jump on a crew at any time and it's going to work. The reason why it worked in Golden State, he was on the crew the entire season and he got to get acclimated to that crew. He jumped on his Phoenix roster, played 8 games. Of course, KD is a great plug-in player. His game travels 100%. This is not the park. You cannot just pick a guy out the crowd and go, yo, come run with us, and it's just going to work because it's a disrespect. And it's disingenuous to all the other crews. For example, Denver, who's been together for as long as they've been together, that have the continuity that they have, the chemistry that they have, the way that offense is just humming, the way their defense is, the way that team is. Boston, it's a disrespect to teams like that who've been together for as long as they've been together. There's a difference between having better players and having a better team. Denver has a better team than the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix, sure, they had better players, 100%. And Monty Williams did what the majority of us said. Yo, coach, you got to dig deeper into that bench. Why isn't TJ Warren playing? Why isn't Ross playing? Why isn't Lindell playing? Well, he did that. And he still didn't get the production that he needed to get. And the reason why he didn't get it was because that unit was still array. They still were all over the place. They didn't know what they were doing. The reason why they didn't know what they were doing, because they didn't get acclimated to KD when they were with Mikal Bridges, when they were with Cam Johnson, when they were with Jay Crowder. That team was together for a while, and they knew what they were doing. So I want to dead the logic today on the idea that you could just throw a guy on a crew who's an awesome scorer, and it's going to work, because Kevin Durant proved that no, it's not.
Now, you can do that. There's exceptions. You can do that maybe in the off season with an established team, because KD did. You threw him on the Warriors, and that worked out just fine. But I think in the middle of a season with a different team, I agree with you. There's certain situations. And again, everything I just said doesn't take away from how great KD is. KD is still great. He's just not that guy.
Anymore.
Never.
Oh, my God.
Tony, he was that guy. There's no way you can tell me that he wasn't that guy. He played 8 years in Oklahoma City. 8 years he played in Oklahoma City, and in the 8 years,
one finals appearance out of it.
Okay, so are we only talking about what he did in the NBA Finals? We're talking about a team that was in the Western Conference Championship 3 times in 5 years. KD was a bona fide top 3 player in the league at that time.
If I'm going to call a guy a top 5, top 10 player all time, not only does he have to be one
Who
of the
said that?
best.
Yeah,
He
who's asking
also
you to
has-
do that?
No one's putting them top 5 all time.
No.
But Adele is an exception.
Okay,
No.
time 15. Fine, top 15 all time. He needs to
You're
be.
not even that.
I agree, but people are putting him there. Not only does he have to have the statistics and the game and because you get tricked by his stats, you get tricked by the eye test because you watch him and you're like, oh, he's so pretty, but he's like a Kardashian. There's nothing inside. He never led a team. When did he lead a team consistently? He didn't. I'm sorry. Even
Never.
on the Golden State, you want to argue with me? He was the best player on Golden State. I
I don't
argue,
think so.
but let's say he was. I don't think he was, but let's say he was. Was he the leader of that team? No. So, like, I'm sorry, I can't have a non-leader be a superstar caliber guy. I'm done with it.
Okay, so Tone, let's put some I'm sorry, let's put some context on this. So we're talking about a 22-year-old, 23-year-old kid that takes his team to the NBA Finals in 2012, right? Takes his team to the NBA Finals in 2012. He ends up winning the league MVP in 2014.
himself?
They'll
Was his
probably
team garbage? Was his team trash?
No, his team was not trash, but he was clearly the best player on that team, and he was the guy. In 2014, when he wins the league MVP, that team is probably going back to the finals before Russ gets hurt. That team is probably they're probably going back to the NBA. They're probably going back to the NBA championship and competing again. And then then he gets hurt. Then he gets hurt, and then Russ has to do it. So we're talking about a lot of different circumstances here. So
those are all the reasons. Sure,
right.
there's reasons.
We're talking about a lot of different circumstances. So we can't take away from the fact that he did all of this stuff in Oklahoma City. My issue is that when he went to Golden State, everything that he wanted was there. There was no reason to leave there. None. Because for him to leave Golden State and go to Brooklyn for what he did in Brooklyn, he could have just stayed in Golden State.
Is he the leader?
There was no reason to leave there.
Leader of the Warriors.
No, he was not.
No.
Why does it matter if he's the leader?
Because if you're going to hold a guy in regard as a top 15 player all time, and that's my issue. If you're going to hold a guy in regard as a top 15 player all time, he can't be just arguably the best player on a team. There's 30 teams, and every team has the best player. There's one best player on every team. That doesn't make all of them generational talents. It doesn't make all of them superstars. It doesn't make all of them.
Wait a minute.
Who's in that 10 to 15 range to you? Not
only that, Dom.
Who was the leader, Magic or Kareem?
Magic.
So what's Kareem doing?
Well, hold on. Don't do that, Mars, because Kareem had led at a point.
And so did KD and OKC.
Yeah, he was
not only that. I mean, are we going to do that? Are we going to do that with
Kareem top 3? I ain't asking you to put KD top 3, but if
Right.
if Kareem can lead Milwaukee for 5 years and get top 3 when Magic Johnson's the leader for the rest of the time, and then KD are always there in the top 15.
Hold on. Who's
No,
the
I'm
leader?
not trying to get KD and Kareem's conversation. I'm saying if Kareem led Milwaukee for 5 years and got a championship, and then with Magic Johnson, he wasn't the leader by your own admission.
But that's the thing. He led some.
But he led.
When did he led and he got himself in the top 3?
Has Kevin Durant ever led
When did KD
somebody to a
leading?
championship and won it?
I'm not
Let me ask
finished.
the
I
question.
wasn't finished.
When did KD lead to sustain?
Kareem done it before.
Yeah, if you let me finish, you don't
Oh,
answer.
sorry.
what
Go
I'm
ahead.
saying. Kareem leading to a championship in Milwaukee is great, and then with Magic Johnson, he wasn't the leader. Kareem winning the championship in Milwaukee, sure, that's why he can be top 3. That's fine. KD leading OKC for 8 years and making a finals appearance in all the four conference finals, and then going to Golden State where he wasn't the leader in your opinion. How is that not enough to get him top 15? I'm not asking to get him in the top 3. I'm saying if he can lead a team to the finals, be the leader for 8 years, get them all those conference finals appearances, and then go win elsewhere. How is that not enough for
and on top of that,
I'm not asking him to win a championship.
I'll tell you why. Because leading a team that talented to one NBA final, I've got other players who've led worse teams to one NBA final.
That's why I asked him who was in that 10 to 15 range. Because if in his 10 to 15 range, there's still guys that led teams and won and did more than Kevin Durant, then I get it. But if you're telling me
10 to 15, because don't forget, I've got like Russell out of my top 10. So he's going up against guys like Russell. He's going up against guys like Wilt. So yeah, he's got some stiff competition in that area.
What
about 13?
Jabal's number 3. Kobe would be like 5.
Hold on, man. Now, see, I ain't gonna let you do that, Grill Town. I was quiet until you try to put that damn disrespect in here. Yo, sorry ass been trying to disrespect Kobe Bryant.
We're not disrespecting him.
Cut that shit out, man. I heard what you said, dog. I was shut my mouth until you said that damn disrespect. I shut my mouth until you said Kobe Bryant's name, trying to put him in that 10th, in that 11, 12, 13. I heard what you just said, sucker.
No,
you tried to
that's not what we were doing.
Man. I heard what you said. You said Bryant. I heard what you said, dog.
We were doing,
Chill town. You can fool them. Chill town. You can fool. I didn't say nothing. I didn't say a word. I didn't say a word, Chill town. But you can fool them.
I when you say he led a team to the finals, right? The reason I don't hold I'm not saying a lot of weight. There's some weight to it, but like Jason Kidd led a worse team to 2 NBA finals.
Man, come on, man. Floyd, man.
Floyd did win.
Floyd, let me take this chump out, man.
You need to do more.
Let me take out these two. Let me take out these two bowls. Let me take out these two. Let me take out these two right here, man. First of all, Mars want to know why he ain't top 15. When I told you I had him 27th overall, it was for a reason, bro. And secondly, let's get to the point. Bro, Dirk Nowitzki has taken 2 lesser teams to the NBA Finals and won a chip. So Weenie, and I don't even got him clearing Dirk. Dirk was the leader of his troops and went through the toughest. He went through the toughest gauntlet to win a championship out of any of those guys we're talking about right now. So if we just be honest, to me, KD don't even clear Dirk. So we got to start right there because Dirk has an MVP. Dirk been in 2 NBA finals. Dirk had lesser help. Dirk had dudes who were injured when he was in the NBA finals. So we could do that. We could play that game too. He's got the all NBA teams. KD's not no all NBA defensive performer. So it ain't something that he does that clears Dirk like that just makes us say, oh man, it's just incredible. No, Dirk Nowitzki led his own team and went through a gauntlet and beat KD, beat Kobe, beat LeBron and all those dudes to win a chip. So I still got him under him. But let's get to the main course, right? Kevin Durant, man, 13 All-Stars, 4-time scoring champ, 10-time All-NBA, All-Rookie, Rookie of the Year, 2-time All-Star Game MVP, MVP award winner in 2013-2014 season, top 75 player all time, 2 NBA championships under his daddy, Steph Curry, and 2 finals MVPs because everybody falsely gave him a crown that he wasn't deserving to wear. Once again, when the going got tough in OKC, he got the running. He ran over and joined the team that not only walked him down, but won 72 games, 73 games, and lost in the NBA Finals. He joined that squad. So if KD never does that, all that stuff Chilltown was saying about, oh, well, he did this, he did this, he did this. He never did anything else outside of that. Outside of that, winning-wise, he never. So if he would have never went to the Warriors, what would his legacy really be? Will we be looking at him like a George Gervin? Will we be looking at him in the range of a Dominique Wilkins or something like that? Because I'm damn sure he wouldn't have let his team to win no title because he's not a leader. And don't tell me I'm wrong. He said he's not a leader. So again, and then Chilltown, you slick, but I ain't gonna go in deep on you talking about some. You can't just throw a player on the team. I know what you was trying to say, but I'm gonna let you get away with that today. I'm not gonna really get on your ass today and get you because I know what you was trying to say. You was trying to be slick and throw us off and say other people's names.
What was I trying to do? Get into it.
You was trying to say that to give your king a pass for going over there to Miami and jumping on that team and winning 2 championships. So when you say you can't throw somebody on the floor, don't hop in, Dom. Don't hop in, Dom. Don't hop in. Let me get the one-on-one. Let me get the one-on-one. Y'all love to hop in, shake your head, do whatever you do to D'Lo Brown, whatever you want. You can do the shake.
Keep going, Ticket. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you. This you and me, Ticket. Keep going.
Whatever you want to do.
Ticket. I'm listening to you.
Like I said to you, I know what you did, Grilltown, and you nasty. The bottom line is this: KD is washed up. He ain't what people thought he was. These are the facts. A dude of that that talent, that level, should not have the situation and circumstances that he had. The proof is this dude is dwindling and Steph Curry is still playing at the MVP level. Steph Curry, 35 years old. He's still playing at the MVP level. LeBron James, 38 years old. LeBron James out here averaging 30. We watching KD. This is disgusting. This is 2 years in a row that we've seen this dude in the playoffs. And he was the one bragging about his efficiency this year. He was the one online bragging about how efficient he was. But as soon as the going gets tough and this dude got to be up against it, no. And then somebody said something about DeAndre Ayton. I think it was you, Damo. Now I'm talking to you. That's absolutely disgusting. Because if I'm DeAndre Ayton, guess what? I've never quit for my life, but the hell with them clowns too. The hell if I'm going to keep coming down and these buffoons going to keep jacking up shots all game long. Devin Booker, KD, and then Chris Paul when he was healthy, jacking up all these shots. They want me to play defense on one of the best big men in the world, if not the best big man in the world right now, but don't even want to give me the ball. And that's not the first time they did it. They did it a couple times because they did it when I played Giannis too. When Giannis was getting the ball damn near every possession, I had to guard him in the finals.
What
And then
did
you
I
didn't
say
want to
about
give me the
Ayton?
ball. Hold on, let me finish. Then you didn't want to give him the ball. So then what they want to do is they want to put dirt all on his name and make it seem like it's his fault that they losing. So they smearing him in the media saying he quit this, that, and the third. He ain't playing hard defense when we all know ain't nobody pretty much gonna stop Jokic from doing what he's supposed to do. But the bad part about it is they don't even get this man the ball so that he can get himself going. So they don't even respect that he got a post game. He got a little jump shot. He can score an inside. So there is no excuse for them to play the way they play. The Phoenix Suns lost because they mortgaged their future. And this goes back to what me and Fluent talked about last summer. I asked Fluent, why did Toronto didn't give up all those pieces for KD? Now we see why. The owners of the teams and the general manager of the team knew something we all didn't know. KD ain't the same no more. That's because if that was the case, they would have pulled the trigger and went and got him, bro. But you've seen it now for the last 2 years when it's all on the wood. KD's been injured. KD ain't the same no more as his effect on the game. And guess what? Now we've seen it. Everybody has the formula now of how to, make KD struggle when it's time in the playoffs. Be physical with him, get up in him, and make him make tough shots. And guess what? Those shots ain't going in no more. They used to go in for him easy. So, like I said before, it's nice to jump from team to team to team. It's nice to play with damn near 10 Hall of Famers in your career. But at the end of the day, when you can only win with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and those boys who already won championship without you, it ain't nothing else to say, baby.
Can you tell me what I said about DeAndre?
Hold up right quick, Damo. But before everybody rebuttals to what Ticket said, I got to hear what Bob and Mookie said. Mookie, I want to hear you first. You were in here first. So talk to us. How do you feel about this game, this series, KD, or even Jokic? Anything related to it?
Look, we can talk X's and O's all we want to, right? We can sit there and discuss the game and break down the game all we want to. But this man, Kevin Durant, laid an egg again, man. And before, going to the playoffs and going to these series as well, I already knew that this man, Kevin Durant, playoff translation is very, very suspect. People sat there and told me that Kevin Durant was the best player in the world. People sat there and told me that Kevin Durant was the second greatest scorer of all time. He was a better scorer than Kobe, right? Because of his efficiency and what he was able to do in the regular season in the last couple of years and stuff. But I told y'all, man, like I said, bro, outside of Golden State, what has Kevin Durant ever done? He has never led a team. He shouldn't be in the conversations of being in the conversation of who he's better than Embiid, Giannis, Luka, Jokic. He shouldn't be in those conversations, bro. In this playoff run, listen, the Suns didn't have the depth, but a lot of these people picked the Phoenix Suns on making a deep postseason run, right? Because they had Kevin Durant. They was around with the 7 foot, with the handles, with the heavy pull-up. They was around with that, bro. And we just seen Kevin Durant, ladies and gentlemen, efficiency drops. We've seen him. They sat there and told me that Kevin Durant is one of the greatest scorers of all time. When he was on an island with Eric Gordon and KCP, couldn't score whatsoever. He was a turnover machine. When you crowd Kevin Durant's airspace and when you attack his dribble, right? Kevin Durant is a turnover machine. On top of that, when we've seen his defense has been mediocre, right? So when you put all that to perspective, bro, and we seen him lead Brooklyn, and Brooklyn gave him everything he asked for, right? Brooklyn gave him the floor space, and they gave him the three-point shooters. They gave him the wing defenders, right? He still quit his way out of Brooklyn to go to Phoenix and play with a team that was a 60-win team, one game away from getting to the conference finals, a team that went to the NBA finals, right? A team, before Kevin Durant stepped foot there, was a top 4 seed in the Western Conference, right? Kevin Durant went on that team to have less of the load, and we still see this man underperform, man. Stop putting him in these conversations where he's not supposed to be in, bro. He's not better than Kawhi. He's not better than Giannis. He's not better than Joel Embiid. He's not better than Jokic. He's not better than Luka. Kevin Durant, ladies and gentlemen, is not even those top 7, top 8 player in the goddamn world, because over the last 4 or 5 years, this man Kevin Durant, ladies and gentlemen, we have never seen him lead his team to the conference finals, and we've seen him put adequate players around him, and we still seen Kevin Durant
Mook, stop saying we never seen him lead his team to the conference finals. Stop saying that. Yes, we did.
I said over the last 4 or 5 years.
Okay, all right. That's different. That's different.
Okay,
all right, because you said never. I'm like, wait a minute, never.
No.
Okay.
In the last 4 or 5 years,
where
he was with Brooklyn, right?
All right, I'm with you.
And they put adequate pieces around Kevin Durant, and this team was the preseason favorites on winning it all. We've still seen Kevin Durant get swept. The only thing these KD fanboys sit there and tell me that Kevin Durant's foot was on the line. But people don't know the fact that he went 0 for 5 in overtime and lost that goddamn game 7.
0 point.
Then in the next year, they told me that if he had Kyrie Irving, they would have made a deep postseason run. And that man Kevin Durant got swept. So at the end of the day, bro,
has anyone had more talent around them for their entire career than Kevin Durant? Anyone?
James Harden. That's the only other one, James Harden. But I'm just disappointed with KD, man. I mean, bro, all the talking he do, all the tweeting, man, run around him, calling himself a god and stuff like that, man. It's just straight blasphemy, man. Like, you doing that, then you're doing all the tweeting and talking about how people going on you and people ain't respecting you and respecting. Bro, look at what you did, bro. So, like Moose said, Phoenix won 60 games and you asked to be traded there to play with Chris Paul.
64.
To play with 64. To play with Chris Paul. And look, he said he want to go play with Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and DeAndre Ayton. Come on, bro. And then you get there, and like I said, once again, back to Damo. I think it was you who said that. I think you said something about Ayton when you came in, bro.
What did I say about Ayton?
I'm gonna tell you. No, y'all was criticizing Ayton. Chilltown said it. My bad. He was criticizing Ayton for not playing.
No, I wasn't.
Somebody criticized him. Rewind the tape. I heard somebody mention Ayton.
I asked you a question. I said, "Are you letting Ayton off the hook for quitting?"
No, he's not off the hook. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say it again, bro. You know this, Fluent. You play basketball, Fluent. Fluent. But I'm saying, you play basketball, Fluent. If the big fella can score, this is the biggest insult they've done in Phoenix. They treated him like he's Clint Capella. They treated him like he's DeAndre or Jordan. And CP3 has a pattern of this shit where he takes doing this. Is why him and Blake and all them dudes got into it. He wants to put you in a box as a big man and make you play that game, bro. Dudes don't respect that, bro. If a dude is a big fella, that's like taking Joel Embiid and saying, I'm not saying he on the level of Joel Embiid scoring. I'm just saying that's taking a dude who actually got a post game and saying, nah, I'm just gonna make you a pick and roll dude or a lob threat. That's what they did with DeAndre Ayton. They didn't even use him, bro. If I'm on here, Chilltown, and I got to go up against Jokic every single night, that's the toughest assignment that's on the team. You ain't giving me the ball. I'm going up against Jokic. I got a post game and I can score. Let me go back at him. They're not even attacking Jokic, bro. So Jokic ain't even got to play no D. You know why? Because he know they ain't giving DeAndre Ayton the ball unless they throwing them alley-oops or just little dish-offs from something that they couldn't get off. Man, come on. Nobody want to play like that, man.
And we also
everybody, we're talking about KD, we're talking about Ayton, we're talking about is CP3 done?
Done. He's been done.
Like done. No.
They told me if Chris Paul wasn't playing, when he wasn't starting, the Suns would have a better chance of beating the Denver Nuggets. I just didn't see it.
Like, because how much money?
Do you see it now, Mook? Do you see it now, Mook?
See what?
They had a better chance without him in the lineup.
I just saw Devin Booker put up historical performances to actually give him come back down for no 2-0 lead. It was not because of they playing better without Chris Paul. I just see Devin Booker.
Imagine Booker doesn't shoot 80%.
Facts. This man Devin Booker was putting up historical performance for them to not get swept. If it wasn't for him, they would have got swept, bro.
But they was able to do it because of the pace they was playing. They were pushing the ball, and he was able to get it quick and go score. With CP3, he comes down, dribble the air out the ball, want to get you in the half court. Everybody sees this. He slows the offense down, and that's a problem. And then not only does he slow it down, I'm gonna say it again, bro. They have criminally done Ayton. When Ayton gets to another team, which he will, and they utilize him the way they're supposed to utilize him, Ayton will be a 20-10 guy in the NBA. If he's utilized correctly, but it's criminal to have a big dude with that skill set. It's criminal to have a big dude with that skill set not giving the ball. It's criminal with a big dude with that skill set and not giving the ball. We should be thinking we're going to attack Jokic too on defense because Jokic don't play no D. But they didn't do that.
He's not that guy.
No, but
So
you
if that's
understand what I'm
true,
saying.
so Damo, if
say
that's
that-
true, so Damo,
Go ahead, Chill.
so Damo, if that's true, you spend the number 1 overall pick in the draft on him. When you spend the number 1 overall pick in the draft on him, this is my franchise player. Who, by the way, before Kevin Durant and before Chris Paul show up, he was 18-11. So now they're building this unit around him. So now when KD and Chris Paul show up, he's not only the number 3 guy, now he goes to the number 4 guy. And now I got to take a backseat to everybody. Add that to the fact that Phoenix already knows that we're not sure about this guy. This might not be our guy. So if you know that, then why not deal him last year at the trade deadline instead of seeing, well, maybe what we're going to do is we're going to make another finals run and see if we can get his stock up. You knew that he wasn't your guy. That's why you sent him out there to see what the market was for him instead of just dealing him and getting a boatload for him like you should have. Because this guy, I think he'd be very good in another system. But the way that they treated him, they 100% mishandled him.
I was saying at the trade deadline, I was screaming it. Well, not the trade deadline, but I was screaming as soon as I seen Rudy Gobert was up to be traded. They should trade him for Gobert. Gobert fit with the defense that they had when they had their depth. It would have just to me. It made sense to do that. I was saying trade him. Yes, the Suns. I thought the Suns should have traded him.
If they would have got Rudy Gobert, they won't even be in the position to get Kevin Durant. I believe in.
I don't think they should have got Kevin Durant.
They didn't need Kevin Durant.
That's true. I agree with that. I agree with that.
That would maximize their defense. You still have Devin Booker that's able to put up quality historic games offensively. He did it in 2021. It would have been a win-win. You got DeAndre Ayton going out to what Utah is now. They probably would have still got. I think that wouldn't have hindered them from getting Lauri Markkanen and those other guys. You would have had DeAndre Ayton out there with them, being able to be a more productive player, have a bigger and better role. It was just a win-win. That is what I like to call a Suns front office problem. A lot of these teams make terrible decisions. They hold on to guys way too long.
James Jones need to be fired as a GM. James Jones.
No, don't say that. No, don't say that. No, that's not true. That's not true. Hold on. That's not true. Hold on.
Why not?
Hold on. Let me say this. And Fluent, don't you be a hypocrite because I got your ass on the docket too. Because when I asked Fluent and Ron, you can run the tape. I asked Fluent I asked him would he have made the deal in Toronto for KD. He said yes. That's what he said. So only thing, Jay, yes, don't say you didn't say it. I got you on tape. The only thing James Jones did was he took a shot like Toronto did. The problem, and he had KD for more years on the books. So he was like, okay, so because he felt like the way they were constructed, that they was going to be able to take a shot and it was going to work. It backfired. So sometimes this thing worked, sometimes it doesn't. With Toronto, it worked perfectly with Kawhi. He just didn't have more years left on the books. But Toronto, they seen something, which is why they didn't make all the deals and give up Scotty Barnes for KD.
Scotty Barnes, hold on. The Toronto deal was Scotty Barnes and who was it? Was it Scott? Remind me of who the offer was when I said yes, because I know I said yes. Who?
Yeah, it was Pitts, Scotty Barnes, and what you call it?
OG wasn't involved in that.
He wasn't OG.
I think it was
Fred, right?
I think it was Fred VanVleet.
Yeah, Fred, Scotty Barnes, and 3 or 4 picks. And I said, I do that, and here's why: because you still have Siakam, who's a great number 2. You have OG, who's a great defender. And then you add KD scoring. That team is still built to win versus what Phoenix did was they gave away all their defense and said, we're just going to outscore guys with a broken down CP3 and Book and KD scoring. Well, that doesn't work. But if you look at the system and the pieces around him in Toronto, when I said make that deal, KD doesn't have to play defense because you got OG, an all defensive team member. You have Pascal Siakam, who's a different type of scorer. They can play inside, outside. So it would have worked. I guarantee you it would work better in Toronto with that deal than it did in Phoenix. Now, does that
we got to make that correction. Ron put that on the screen. We got to make that correction. If that's true, what that boy put on the screen right there, we got to make that correction on James Jones. Because he said it was reported that James Jones didn't want to make that deal. So us saying he's fired for making that deal. No, I'm just saying. No, I'm saying we got. Because they did get new ownership, and new ownership was trying to make a splash. Chilton. That is true. That is true, bro. New ownership was going for it as he came in. So for us to put that on that dude, and we don't know if that was him who really wanted to make that decision. Because when you got a new ownership, damn, he might get fired if he don't do what they want him to do. So because they didn't bring him there. So at the end of the day, we do have to give him that leeway and that respect.
Right. That part I could get with. That part I could get with. However, let's rewind the clock. You already know that DeAndre Ayton is not the guy. Luka got paid. Trae Young got paid. These guys are in your draft class. These guys are clearly cornerstones for their unit. You don't like DeAndre Ayton at that number. You know why you don't like him at that number? Because you're not sure about him. So if you're not sure about him, why are we holding on to him? What are we doing here? Why are we sending this?
No, I'm saying maybe he wanted them, but he had a conflict maybe with the coach and the owner on that. You never know how that works. Like he may say, like, I may say, I want to.
This ain't this year.
No, I'm with you. No, I'm talking about the old owner. I'm talking about the old owner. Maybe he had a conflict. The old owner been known for being cheap, Robert Sarver. So they had a conflict somewhere in there. My whole thing is this: we saying fire that dude, bro. The dude took him from being trash to they've been contenders the last 3 years. Are supposed to be. The only thing he did is what did with Kawhi. They went for it, and they had KD for 4 years on the book. And at that time, hold on, Chitchat. At that time, KD, they were second place in the Eastern Conference. They were surging with the Brooklyn Nets. So at that time, everybody looked at it like it was a good trade. Not everybody thought it was a completely good trade because of the defense that took away, but most people was like, "Hey, man, they should be able to get to the conference finals with that team." I didn't think so because I thought that, and to be honest with you, they should have lost to the Clippers in the first round. But at the same time, like I said, man, we can't put that meal on that dude if we don't know if he called that shot. Because that's the same thing, Chilltown. You influenced, and Damo did the day I was wrongfully jailed around here. When y'all was sitting here talking that shit about Rob Pelinka, I heard you scumbags. You sat up in here and tried to make it talk about something. Yeah, man. Well, if you set the house on fire, you can't be the one trying to put the fight. No. I'm not going to try to get away with that cap. Remember that. Hold on, Damo. Don't say y'all. Don't say y'all. I'm going to tell you, you was with him. Because I'm going to tell you what you said.
No.
Y'all sat up here and criticized. You criticized Rob Pelinka. You criticized Rob Pelinka for the previous roster they had when it was only one dude who put that damn roster together, and his name was LeBron Ramon James. When he forced them to get rushed, you a damn liar.
Is he lying, Chilltown?
If I'm flying, he forced him to give him the championship pieces to get rushed. You know I ain't lying.
Wait. Hold on.
Garbage, man. I hate when this dude.
Wait.
Oh, this is terrible.
Mookie, do me a favor. Show me the link, show me the report, show me whatever source you got that told you LeBron James got Dennis Schroeder. That LeBron James.
Oh, I got you. Hey, Ron. I want to send you the link right now.
LeBron James said, "Let me do."
All right, yo, I'm on ticket chill. I'm on ticket chill.
You just come here and lie.
Damo ticket chill. I'm gonna bring y'all back in here. We're not about to go Mookie. I'm about to boot you too. We're not about to get into a whole LeBron phase. We'll talk about LeBron later.
Right.
My man Ox has been in here for 30 minutes and hasn't got a chance to speak on his game. I want to hear what he has to say. Then we're gonna transition into another segment. We got 1 million super chats to read. We'll come back and talk about DeAndre Ayton.
Big ass better sit his ass down before he get one of these elbows, Ron. The hell wrong with you?
Go ahead, Ox. Talk to us about this game. DeAndre
you get one of these elbows.
Everybody.
I'm powder donuts ain't doing nothing, nigga. But nah, right? You already know how I feel. We was up streaming about this last night for almost 6 hours. But y'all not. I know y'all not up here still making more excuses for Kevin Durant. But we've been doing this for years, and really, I'm starting. I'm about to kind of switch up my flow because I'm gonna cut KD a little slack. I'm starting to get to the realization that KD actually don't want to be that guy. KD's okay with playing second fiddle. KD is more than comfortable being a backseat driver. He doesn't want to be one of them top 15 type cats that we talk about. He has no interest in being a GOAT.
Facts.
He got the skill set. He got the skill set. He's not a leader. I told you already. We needed to send him to some leadership seminars about 8 months ago. Y'all thought I was playing. He came over here to the Suns, and it's the same old thing. It's the same old thing. I'm not gonna get too far in this run. Y'all not gonna get too much out of me with this Kevin Durant stuff. I'm off Kevin Durant. He don't want to be that guy, and since he don't want to be that guy, I don't want to talk about.
He's not him. He's not him.
I said it. Influence. I heard him try to chime in. I heard him try to chime in there, but Man, if I say it about Luka, if I say it about Joel, it's the same for Kevin Durant. He's a bum.
He's a bus rider, bro.
He's not a bum. He's a very talented.
To my standards, he's in my categories. He's in the bum category.
Hey, Ron, you got to get the people what they want, baby. Get the people in the comment section saying they want the war.
Ticket, it's coming, and the war's not going nowhere.
They want the war.
Not going nowhere.
Damo won't smoke, and I run to the smoke. I don't run away from it. I run inside that smoke. So, Damo, I will present you with your evidence you're looking for at a later time.
I want to see it too. I got your
ass too. Like I said,
because this is nonsense. Yesterday, when we was talking yesterday, we was talking about you don't get credit for putting out a fire. What I said was, quote, if I set the stove on fire, I can't just sit here and let the kitchen just burn. Okay, I set it on fire, but I do have to put it out.
You did say that.
I did say that. So,
but you also said you also blamed him too. I got you on the docket, dog. Don't play with me. Listen, just because I had an ankle monitor on the day and I was stuck in the house on house arrest the day you was capping, don't mean I didn't listen, bro. I got my ears to the street.
But what I want to make sure we remember too in all of this conversation, that Denver Nuggets team, they got a damn good team over there. Joker is fantastic. The way that those do,
good they are.
Let's make sure we remember Denver got a damn good team over there, man. The way that they play defensively, their offense dictates that. The reason why I say that is the way that them dudes play off Joker and how he involves them in the offense, that energizes them defensively. Aaron Gordon plays defense more. He rebounds more because he know he gonna get involved in the offense, which is what DeAndre Ayton would do if they involved him in the offense more. You watch Bruce Brown, he's running more in transition and he playing more defense because he knows that when they get the ball, Joker is looking for him. Same thing with Jamal Murray. Same thing with MPJ. That team is energized defensively because how they all play off Joker, and they know that Joker is going to involve them in the O. They know that they're going to get the shots that they're looking for. They know that he's going to continue to encourage them, and they know that they got a dog in Joker running with them. I can't say enough about how good that Denver team is, and Joker is fantastic.
Don't forget KFC.
I just think, I mean, they're a good team.
He was balling last
night. He'll get credit when he gets to the NBA Finals. Mm-hmm. But the KCP move was a great move because he's a world champion. And that's one of the guys that Joe King got rid of. A lot of dudes who was world champions over there. Kuzma being another one. These dudes were all world champions. So, yeah, they made a good deal to get him from D.C. He was a world champion, championship experience. That paid off last night in that type of game, KCP having that experience. So he was big time for them, bro. That was big. That was a big time move that they made last year to get guys like Bruce Brown, who KD should have kept in Brooklyn, but they ran and got Royce O'Neal, who was worse. And Bruce Brown was a way better role player on that team. The other guys they got, Aaron Gordon was a great pickup, bro. We don't even talk enough about him and the things he do for that team. Just in between things he do, bro. That team, that trade they made, bro, well constructed. But we got to still wait to see if they get to me. I want to wait to see if he get to the finals, bro. I don't want to praise Jokic unless he get to the big dance.
They lose to anybody that come out that Warriors and Lakers game.
We'll get into that. I want to ask everybody that question, and we will get into that. But I do want to piggyback off Ticket and just say that the Warriors or the Nuggets do have a great balance. They clearly got their main guy, their superstar Jokic. They got a secondary guy in Jamal who can take over at any point. Yeah. They got a couple third scorers. And, Michael Porter Jr. and some other guys that can, fill it up. They got their dogs, Bruce Browns, KCPs, defenders, guys that can come and knock down threes. They got guys off the bench. They really got a good balance in their roster.
Jeff Green.
Got Jeff Green.
Yeah,
and
Uncle Jeff.
And then they got a good coach, too. On top of all of that, they got a good coach. So we will see about them. But I'm going to go ahead and continue to progress.
Before you go, I do not want to hear one more time, and I don't know if you dudes heard this. If I hear Devin Booker, Michael Jordan, and Kobe Bryant in the same sentence again, I'm going to crash my car. I'm trying to tell you something. When you talk about a guy like you talk about these guys, these are the people, when they say stuff like that, it tells me you never seen Jay play. You never seen Kobe Bryant play. To say that, he's the best offensive player since Jordan. He's the best offensive player since Kobe Bryant. Man, I hear this stuff and I'm thinking to myself, you have never seen Jordan play to say stuff like that. Never
Chill.
seen him play.
Chill.
To
How
say
do
that.
they keep
Well,
getting spanked? How do they keep getting spanked in the elimination games? Like
I don't
Well,
get.
I gotta give
man.
I gotta give a shout out to D Book. Yeah, I don't think D Book should be in those conversations, bro. But as an offensive player, man, I've seen in this postseason where he took another level, bro. I mean, throughout majority of the season.
No, I disagree.
And then all season,
get-
I thought he took another level.
what about last night,
Efficient,
Moby?
taking
Why
high
you don't do
quality
this in the
shots,
closeout game?
hitting to the midi. You said what?
Why you don't do this in the closeout game? This is a second closeout game that you seen this dude get humiliated completely, bro. All that scoring, all that putting up efficiency numbers when it was on the wood and they was at home and you had to go get it done. You didn't just play mid. They played horrible again. Horrible. Come on, bro. You can't grade nobody.
I mean, you got a point. I mean, he played bad, but to be fair, from the most of the part of the postseason, he's been carrying the Phoenix Suns offensively, especially when they couldn't score.
No.
He's the only guy that can consistently get to the rim.
Front runners move.
So
And
hold on.
Move.
You
I'm
can
sad
have
about
these
you,
bad. Hold on, you can have these bad games. It's supposed to be your second guy, Kevin Durant, that's supposed to pick up the slack because your number one guy is going to normally have these bad games.
Not in elimination games, Mo.
Supposed to be
Not like
Kevin
this,
Durant
Mo.
guy.
Not in the middle. Not in elimination games, Mo.
Not like this.
No, I mean, listen,
not like this.
Play bad.
No,
they both
play
just
bad.
as guilty.
Hold on,
like
taking
this.
it chill. I'm not excusing that he didn't play to his standard. I think Devin Booker is a front runner because when he loses, he don't do all these cracking up jokes.
Didn't even talk to the media last night.
Yeah.
I agree with that, but I'm just saying.
Like, come on. Hey, hold on. And this is why I'm mad at you, boo. You a stripper fan. You a bona fide LA stripper, Kawhi Leonard fan. Kawhi didn't even play. He didn't even play most of the series. PG didn't play the whole series, and this dude out there hot dogging when they beating a depleted Clippers team. I don't want to hear no cap for this nigga when he get his ass whooped when the rabbit got the gun. It ain't so fun when the rabbit got the gun. So now when they got the gun, this dude don't want to take the post-game interview. But he was hot dogging, pointing to the crowd and all this other stuff when he was beating up on Russ and the Clippers who were depleted in the first round. Everybody want to use the excuse, they got injuries and stuff. I don't want to hear that, dog.
Was Luka right? Was Luka right when he said, "Yo, he
damn right."
Yeah, but this the thing. Like, I don't understand. Like, when people saw that the Phoenix Suns was having trouble on beating a Clippers team that was missing Kawhi, missing Paul George, and it was like third stringers, and they was going life and death, had to play over 40 to 45 minutes. That y'all thought that this was going to be the recipe of success of beating a Denver Nuggets team who has their two best players, and also is a deeper team as well. And we all know the flaws of the Phoenix Suns. So I don't understand why people thought that they were going to beat the Denver Nuggets in damn near 5 or 6 games that I heard. I just don't understand it. That's why I get on Kevin Durant, and I was like, bro, the reason why most of the people had the Phoenix Suns are making a deep postseason run is because them getting the acquisition of Kevin Durant. And that's why I said Kevin Durant as the best player on the team, as that leading guy, he's not him no more, bro. He's regressing at every aspect of basketball that he got in this game. His handle is very, very suspect. His ball security is very, very suspect. He only had 2 delivery on his passes. His playmaking issue is very, very suspect. His defense is very, very mid. So and he struggled against physical defense, bro. So, like I said, bro, I mean, he's not.
So with that being said,
after this, we got to.
I know we got to move on 100%. Move. When the point that I just brought up about, I don't want to hear his name when you talk about Jay and when you talk about Kobe Bryant. Just so you know, you're talking about they can't sustain that playing 40, 45 minutes. Kobe Bryant was playing 40 minutes a game in the playoffs when they swept the San Antonio Spurs with Shaq. He was playing 42 minutes a game. Jay was playing 41 minutes a game when he was playing with the Bulls when they were smoking teams out the playoffs. So when you bring this guy's name up, and you talk about him, and you talk about them, this is the kind of standard that we're talking about. So I don't want to hear that from him anymore. I don't.
Yeah, I don't think nobody I mean, if you put him in conversation with Kobe and MJ, that's just crazy. That is just crazy.
Good, yo.
Gotta stop talking B-ball.
I'm a D-Book guy. Y'all know I trip off D-Book, but we definitely not gonna do that. All right, we've been having a little fun up here. We've been playing a couple games, playing a couple contests. We've been trying to make some money. I did a bad job earlier this week. Chat, I put it on you guys. Y'all failed us too, so we got to figure something out. Brought to us by the good guys over at Underdog Fantasy. They have presented us with a fun game, a fun way to get in on some good NBA action. It's their pick'em game. All you got to do is find your players, pick higher or pick lower on their stats, and you can win up to 20 times the money that you put in. Sounds good to you, right? Sounds good to me as well. Underdog, they keep it very simple. You go on their website or you download their mobile app. You use our promo code, the panel, and they'll match up to $100. If you put in 20, you get 40. You put in 50, you get 100. Easy, real easy, right? Well, yesterday, chat, I asked you guys to really do us a favor. Do us all a favor. I gave you these 3 players. I said higher or lower. Nikola Jokic, he went higher on the 9.5 assist. Kevin Durant, as we've been talking about, he underperformed and he failed us, chat. We needed 31 points. He gave us 23. Joel Embiid.
Fraud.
We needed higher than 44.5 on points, rebounds, and assists. And what did he do, chat? He failed us. So we're going to try this again, okay? Chat, I'm going to give you 3 players, and you guys tell me higher or lower. You guys want another 3? Chat, you want another 3? We're going to go Bam Adebayo points at 17.5. We're going to go Klay Thompson, game 6 Klay, threes, 4.5. And lastly but not least, what's up, Mars? Julius Randle, rebounds, 8.5 higher or lower. Chat, I'm gonna put it in the poll. You guys vote on it, and we'll get back to this. Now, let's go ahead and I guess read off some of these super chats, and then it's the second game that we got to talk about from last night. Pip named Slickback said, "Let's make one thing very clear: the Suns failed this year. Anyone trying to say otherwise is making excuses. This isn't a young core. The clock is ticking."
There's no such thing as failure. Steps to success. Gosh, steps to success.
It's failure. It's a failure. I live by that, and that's the difference of philosophy between me and a lot of y'all. I know Fluent live by this too, and so do Grill Town. But bro, and Bob might too. But at the end of the day, man, if you don't win the chip, the whole season was a failure, in my opinion. I've lived by the law of Kobe Bean Bryant. Kobe Bryant stepped up after they lost to Dallas, and he says, "Look, man, we don't win the chip, the season's a failure because you only play to do one thing, and that's to win. If you ain't playing to win, get your ass off the court. We ain't playing for stats. We ain't playing for glorification for personal things. We playing to win the chip. And if we got a team that's supposed to be a contender to win the chip and we don't win, it's failure, period. That's what Jokic has been doing all these years, and we criticize him this year. That's what Giannis was doing all those years before he won the chip, and then they let off of him somewhat. That's what Embiid is getting ready to go through in Game 7. Need to step his ass up because the other dude gave you 2. Now you need to get your team 2. You're supposed to be the MVP. Deliver the goods, sucker. This is what we talking about here. Because if not, you guys will come. You will come on here and say Doc Rivers failed. So how is it not failure? It's failure. Fail. It's failure, right? Don't say he did fail last night. He did, and he has failed before. So it is failure. If they do not win Game 7 in Boston, the season is a failure. You had Game 6 at home and you lost, and then you got walked down in Game 6 and walked down in Game 7 potentially. That's failure, bro.
You can
it ain't no steps. That ain't no steps to success.
Winning Game 7 in Boston.
That ain't no steps to success. Period, bro. It's failure, bro.
And by the way,
I think you gotta give Boston respect, man.
Tone, can't hear you, Tone. Tone, we can't hear you, Tone.
Yeah, huh?
But we gonna get to that series though. We gonna get to that series. I'm gonna keep it pushing. Yep. McDoob said, "Ron, either read my super chats or run my page."
You know what? He gonna put the balls on you.
He about had it with you, Ron. That's what it sound like. It sound like he had it with you. That's what it sound like.
I'm gonna read these chats. McDoob said, "Ticket want to beat the Nassers so bad."
And you want to beat Ticket.
I don't have to be that. I don't have to be that. I got my own entity, my own brand, though.
Shout out to Nassers, though. Probably my favorite entity, Kubo.
True that.
David Mujinaya said, "Who better non-Warriors, KD or Nuggets and Knicks Melo?"
That's a terrible pronunciation, by the way.
How you say it?
David Mayinho. I'd assume. David, if I go there wrong, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure I'm right because
it's Mujinaya.
Yeah, I'm
non-Warrior. KD before he got to the Warriors or Carmelo.
KD.
No, the answer is Carmelo.
It's KD.
Agree to disagree.
Yes.
Jeremiah Smith said, Kobe said failure don't exist. Do a YouTube search.
Kobe's a hypocrite because after they lost to Dallas that year, where Dallas won a chip, Kobe Bryant said the complete season's a failure, and he says, "I won't go away." He says, "I won't go away and just disappear. We gonna be back." And then he never came. They tore his Achilles out there, and never came back. So that's a lie right there.
Alan R says someone needs to check on Dale. Has anybody talked to Dale this morning? Called him, texted him. At chat, what I want you guys to do is go find his Instagram. Send them good messages. Send them flowers. Send them cards. Whatever you need to. Just send them your best of wishes.
Nah, don't send him no best wishes. Just message him and tell him that KD's a bum and he need to stop making excuses for that grown man. We not giving him no participation trophies. Tell him he's a terrible leader. He can't carry his squad.
Number three.
What the?
Yeah, he do. He got him that 3.
Y'all be extra hard on Dale this morning.
Oh man, damn.
Poor guy.
Yeah, he got him at number 3. Mm-hmm.
I mean, y'all hit Dale.
Where is Dale, by the way? Dale, get your ass up here.
Spam him.
How about that? Dale, where you at, Dale? That's what I want to know.
I can't just find Dale.
Just to talk about KD, and
that's it.
Yeah,
that's it. Nothing else.
Coming up again.
I'm saying he just pop up at random times just to talk about Kevin Durant.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, I can't find Dale, but I have found somebody else.
Who did you find?
Oh my god.
I found
Low down in the house.
Yeah,
forget low down.
I let Low put up on us last night.
What up, Low down?
KD came to my house and turned off my internet. I need to. Sorry, I was having some issues, but Kobe. Just I need to go back to that super chat. I'm sorry. I wanted to say this. Kobe did not. People want to use a portion of a clip and say Kobe said failure doesn't exist. And go YouTube it. I think that's what the super chat said. Well, take the $5 you just spent and you go YouTube it and watch the whole damn clip. Because what he says is, yeah, failure doesn't really exist because it's what you do with that failure and how you turn it around and how you react to that failure. So in the same breath where he said failure doesn't really exist, he then talked about recovering from failure 5 times. Go watch the damn clip.
Yes, facts. Thank you for having my back.
Exactly. It's steps to success. Exactly. Steps to success.
But it's how you recover from that failure, which means failure exists. You can't recover from failure.
Oh, 100%. 100%. It's just steps to success, though. It's just steps.
It is a step. It is a step. Failure is just
right. Mars. If I talk all this shit to Chilltown and we go to PC weekend and he busts my ass, that's failure. That's
it's just steps to success. That's what it is. It's just steps to success.
No. That's not paths to success. That's paths to failure. If Doc Rivers gets walked down again, if Doc Rivers gets walked down again after having another lead in a series, that's failure. I can't come in here and sell that as being steps to success to Chilltown or Fluent, to these guys I've been arguing with about, or Low guys I've been arguing with about Doc for the longest. If Doc loses this series, bro.
That's just his 15th step to success. It's just a very long staircase.
I can see Mars is still.
It's just a very long staircase.
Mars
is still.
Mars is still trolling.
Some staircases are longer than others.
Now, Mars, I can see you using your failure as a way to get you to success, but it's still failure. No matter how you try to spin it, if you fail, you fail. Now that failure can propel you to the greatness that you're seeking. But this is failure either way you spin it.
Listen, anyone who says they've never failed is a liar or hasn't tried. We've all failed, and it is. You're right. It is a step to success, Mars. You're absolutely correct. But you absolutely can fail. And when you put a super team together and don't win a chip, it's a failure. When you're the number 1 seed and you get bounced by the 8th seed, that's a failure.
When you're the preseason favorites of winning the championship and you didn't go close to that goal, that's a failure, bro.
And don't say, well, our expectations wasn't to win the NBA championship. Give me a break. Give me a break.
What you here for?
Dub said stop entertaining Mars, and we'll do
stop.
so. Low, I think you have a narrative and agenda that you've been pushing all season. I assume that's where you're gonna go right now.
Well, Dell is in here, so. And I'm quite frankly tired of talking about Kevin Durant. We should spend this much time on.
Are you over him, Low? Are you over KD, Low?
Yeah.
Are you over KD?
Nah, we should stop talking about non-top 7 players in the league. We should stop doing that. I don't
spend it. Talk about 7 people in the
I don't spend that much time talking about Damian Lillard. So I mean, what do we?
No, I got one question for you though, Lo. Do you still disagree with me now when I told you guys when we had this conversation 7 months ago when I told you I had KD 27th all time? Do you still agree with that, or do you still disagree with that?
Yes,
That's too much. That's too much love, Ticket. That's too much love, Ticket.
I had guys like Kevin McCullough.
I still disagree with that. Yes,
Yeah, I'm going to disagree.
But
Fam might not be top 30.
Jokic is having the best offensive playoff run since LeBron in 2018. Have to continue to say that, man. And before that, it's probably a Michael Jordan run. It is by far the most impressive thing I've seen in quite some time. One of the most impressive things I've seen in quite some time. He continues to impress me and amaze me. Finished that series averaging a 35-point triple-double. Solid.
Low, if you don't win the shit,
Russell Westbrook's done that before, so he gets.
Not on the efficiency. Don't troll me today, Mars. Don't troll me today.
You said triple double. Now you're bringing up efficiency. Just moving on.
I mean,
but what am I? Am I tripping?
Against the Ports.
Because this is my problem with last night, and I meant to say this a minute ago, Ron, when you asked me, so my bad for having to go back. But Mike Malone had 4 of his 5 starters on the court till it was 2 minutes left in the game. Kevin Durant and Devin Booker was watching from 5 minutes and 30 seconds left. That was down 20. They was down 23. I understand that it was very slim chance of them coming back. But my thing is, this is the end of the season right here. You know, this is all you got. So you gotta live to see a game 7. And these fools sat there and just watched. I'm saying for me, we got to shoot it out. That's just how I feel about it. We got to go out shooting. You got to shoot it till you break it. If I'm Kevin Durant, I'm looking at it like I'm 34. I don't know how many more of these I got. Let me get out here. I'm gonna get out here and get up another 15 more shots. I'm not gonna sit down and watch. I think that just showed a lack. What, as we know, KD has a lack of competitive spirit already. But that was embarrassing. I had secondhand embarrassment for him and Devin Booker sitting on the bench watching that.
I feel you, Ox.
I agree.
Monty gonna have to drag me off the court. If he tell me I'm coming out the game, I'm telling him no.
Wow.
If I'm KD, I gotta get
that empty stats.
No, I'm talking about it was a lot of stat padding.
That's what you call it. That's cool, but
that's why it was stat padding in game 5.
That's why you're in the game.
Yeah, but still, they were still out there. They asserted their dominance. I'm not talking about the Nuggets being out there. I'm talking about KD and Devin Booker not being out there.
Don't let that 100. Don't let that 120. Don't let that 125 to 100 score fool you. That was way worse. They smoked Phoenix.
I mean, 25 is already.
And as bad as that score was, it was way worse than that. Do not let 45. Do not let that score fool you. It was way worse.
Was it way worse than what
we got to shoot
did
it out.
in Game 7?
Chitchat, that's all I'm saying. No, we got to shoot it out.
Hey, was it way worse than what Luka did in them Game 7 last year?
No.
It's close, but it wasn't worse.
No, game 7 was egregious.
Game 7 was egregious.
Like I stopped watching when they went down 40. I was out. Like last night, I actually watched the game and they still was down 30. And I still was watching, but when they went down last year to Dallas at home down 40, no, I was out. I was like, yo, this team is garbage. I'm straight.
We got some mad KD media.
The GM and the Nuggets.
Who was the GM of the Nuggets?
It used to be Tim Connelly. I don't know what the new
whoever, they don't talk about him, but whoever that is, bro, he made great roster moves, bro. Him going to get KCP from DC, that's a championship player. That was an Aaron Gordon move. Aaron Gordon was underrated down there in Orlando. Nobody was thinking about him. That was a great move. To just uphaul and go get Bruce Brown, that was a great move. Jeff Green, that was a great move. Bro, hey, whoever the Denver Nuggets GM, he ain't getting no credit, bro. He did a great job.
Calvin Booth is a name someone said in the chat. So shout out to Calvin.
No,
Booth.
Calvin.
How much has Calvin actually done though? Because I think a lot of it is Tim Connelly. I think it's more Tim, but
because I think he just got named the GM not too long ago. Right? He wasn't the guy who picked Joker. He wasn't the guy who right.
Yeah. Mars, you know what Jokic's assist rate is right now?
Oh my god, what?
It's 45%, bro. 45%.
Let me know when he makes the finals, man.
Damn.
MVP.
It's all good doing that in the first 2 rounds. What's he gonna do in the finals? That's what matters.
Lo, I understand your logic that we can recognize who he is as a great player without him making the NBA. I can understand that, but we can't talk about him like the other guys until he acts. When I say the other guys, I'm talking about Olajuwon, Chamberlain. We can't talk about him like them dudes until he gets to that level. But we can still recognize him as a great player for what he's done at this point. I can still do that.
Why?
Because
you talk about Stockton as a passer, he won a championship. So why can't I do this?
Well, the reason why is Stockton
never been to the finals.
Exactly.
Oh, so we're praising losing. So I
thought
we were
praising
losing.
We're
so
not
he got to the finals and lost twice.
We're not praising losing.
He has a losing record in the playoffs, and he's in
one game. One game. It shouldn't be one game under 500.
It should not be close.
That's still under 500.
It shouldn't be
one game under 500. Not only that, even though he's 500, even though they're 500 games over 500 in the regular season. 500, just like
in the regular season.
No, don't do that.
Well above 500 in the regular.
Once again, so what I'm doing is I'm recognizing Joker as a great player.
Yeah.
But I can't talk about him like I talk about Olajuwon. I can't talk about him like I talk about Jabbar. I can't talk about him like that. No.
So Stockton as a passer.
Because winning matters. What does Stockton have to do with this? Whoa.
Because
Stop right there. What is Stockton?
Because he's the second greatest point guard.
It's an example of a player that when we talk about passing and other aspects, you bring him up, right? Okay, so by that logic, I guess you didn't say anything about Stockton until 97?
Yes, Lo. As good as Stockton was, I couldn't talk about him like I talk about the greats until he at least got to the finals and competed for an NBA championship. When you're doing what Joker is doing,
your love's nasty.
It was not competing what Stockton was doing at that stage of his career.
When you doing what Joker's doing, you can still be recognized as a great player, but not where these guys are yet. And that's where I'm at with it.
Who's these guys though? Because I don't
just told you,
Olajuwon.
Oh yeah, he's not there.
That's all I'm saying.
But like Barkley and Karl Malone, and he's no. Those are done. We're done with those, especially offensively. We're done with those names. Those names have been.
When was those even competitions? Like I
thought. I never said Joker and Karl Malone.
I thought he was.
Never said that. And here's what he's doing, Damo. This is what he's doing. He's throwing names out and he's putting words in your mouth to twist the narrative to make you say some nonsense to get you tripped up. Nobody ever said anything about Karl Malone and Joker in the same conversation offensively. Nobody in here ever said anything about Charles Barkley and Joker in the same conversation.
Hold on.
Nobody ever said
hold on, Lo.
So what name would they be? What name would be comparable to Jokic right now?
Right now, who would Joker be compared to in today's game or
all time?
Steve Nash.
I agree because I do think that we need to start having top 5 offensive player conversations. Yes, I agree.
Oh my God.
Is he not past Steve Nash? Okay, maybe maybe this is another
just so you know
where I just overvalue Nikola Jokic. My bad. Maybe
here's the thing though.
Saying that he's
Lo literally just said, Lo, one more time for the people in the cheap seats. What is Joker's percentage for assists?
45%.
So in the 2005-2006 season, I believe that Steve Nash won the league MVP. He accounted for 44% in terms of an assist total when they won the league MVP. When he won the league MVP,
but he was nowhere near scoring to this level of volume.
No, he was about. I think he was about 7. I think he was 18 a game that year. Yeah,
is doubling that right now.
Yeah, I think he was like 18 a game. Now Joker's doubling that in the playoffs, sure.
Yeah. So shout out to Jokic, man. You know.
What conversation are you trying to have about Jokic, Lo? Like,
he's a top 5. He's a top 5 offensive player all time.
That's the conversation you want to have.
You just went from top 10 to top 5 in a day.
Okay.
Oh no, well, who was ahead of him?
I don't know. You said he was top 10.
Who's your top 5? Who's your top 5 offensive players all time?
7. I'm fine with 7, but I'm saying is we need to start making our way to top 5. That's
his 4 is MJ, LeBron, Steph, and Magic. I don't know the order, and then 5, I guess he has Jokic.
So he's a better offensive player than the King.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't even
he is.
Wait,
who? Playmaking and passing.
Elijah.
Because of playmaking and passing.
Because of offense.
Every
Is it half
offense.
part of offense? What
But it's a difference between scoring and being an offensive player. There's a difference.
And
now,
And Hakeem is still comfortably the better player, by the way.
right here.
Fair,
Let's make sure we clear on that. Same thing. Same thing with Shaq. Same logic with Shaq.
Shaq is a better player.
Shaq is
yeah.
a better player.
Same logic with Shaq. Same
Just
logic with
the
Shaq.
offense, I have no issue with him being a top. People saying he's a top 5 offensive player of all time because once you get past the LeBrons, the Currys, the Jordan, and who else did you say? And Magic. After that conversation, I mean, who else are you saying? Who else are we bringing up? Where it is a
Nash, Kobe Bryant is the name.
Kobe.
Nash, Kobe would be like 6 or 7, but that's in that realm.
Chamberlain. I
would take him over.
You keep saying Chamberlain.
Kareem,
maybe.
Jabbar, 100% Jabbar.
Shaq, yeah.
Shaq, I'm fine with that as well.
Shaq.
However, I think that we're
Kevin Durant.
Shut up. Stop.
Troll alert.
Yeah,
wait, so now it's a troll to say KD is one of the 10 best offensive players ever?
No, it's not.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Yes, it is.
Is that where we are now?
I gotta stop, man.
Now it's trolling to say KD's one of the 10 best offensive players ever.
What is he, number 10?
I need to hear 10 names over him. That's what I need to hear.
Now, when you say offensive, there's a difference between offensive Mars and scorers.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I agree.
All right, hold on. Chill time. Tell me what's.
I think
tell me what's the
2
difference.
weeks ago saying KD was a top 10 offensive player ever, I don't think people would disagree.
Hey, chill. Tell me what's the difference.
The difference between scoring and offense?
Yeah. What's your
Last night is evidence of that, Mook. Last night.
No. I'm just
everything that happens on the offensive line.
People have different definitions on what is an offensive player and a scorer. So tell me, what is your definition of an offensive player and a scorer?
Well, what you're doing is you asking 2 different questions. What's the difference between an offensive player and a scorer? Okay, so a scorer is a guy who just scores. An offensive player is a guy who involves his people in the offense. Plus, he scores. He passes. He playmakes on every different level. He rebounds. He starts the offense. The offense runs through him. He gets everybody else involved. He gets himself involved. He enhances their offense. I don't know how. I'm not sure if I answered your question.
No, because people look at scoring as the main catalyst of offense. So that's what I'm saying.
Well, it has a lot to. Well, it has a lot to do with it. It has a lot to do with it. But there's a
offense,
right? It has a lot to do. There's a lot of other aspects to being an offensive player. A lot of other aspects. You know, you can be a great passer and you can enhance a team's offense. You could do a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, but I think Jokic is the best playmaking big of all time. But
that's another we have to stop saying. Jokic is one of the best passers and playmakers of all time, regardless of position.
No, he's not. No,
I just had to go check.
I'm talking about from a big man perspective. Jokic, listen. Jokic is the best. Jokic is the best.
I don't know if y'all heard. I had to go check on that breaking news, make sure it was true.
What happened?
Y'all didn't hear? You didn't come up on your phone? Man. KD has officially entered the transfer portal.
I knew it was coming.
He was just in Baton Rouge.
I thought it was a Wiggins update.
It said that he signed to get carried by the Bayou Barbie next year. Make sure y'all know y'all go buy LSU jerseys.
As you were saying, Mook, go ahead, keep going.
Angel, Haley,
I'm just saying, like, Jokic is probably the best playmaking big of all time. That means he's better. Okay, he's the best playmaking big of all time.
Right.
Does that mean he's a better offensive player than Shaq? Because he had this huge playmaking.
I think it's debatable.
Kareem.
Mars, stop entertaining Mars.
I genuinely think it's debatable.
I think he thinks it's debatable, but no.
Here's the question. I want to ask you.
It is debatable.
If someone says Shaq, I'm not going to argue.
No, Joker doesn't clear Shaq. No, he does not. No, he does not. He doesn't clear Shaq offensively.
I'm a clear Shaq offensively.
Hold on.
I know that's your cousin. He was beating up on Rick Smith when it was actually defense. He wasn't doing what he was normally doing. He wasn't. When he was going up against
Jokic killing Jock Landau is enough to me.
Who played it tough
in the first round? He went up against 2 7-footers.
Anthony Towns is one of them. That doesn't move me. I'm sorry.
Okay, so but this is why I asked the question I asked last week. What is it going to take? Because if he goes up against Draymond and Looney, that's not going to be enough. If he goes up against Anthony Davidson and Vanderbilt,
he's too soft.
Okay, so there is none,
right? But then what you can't turn around and say that he's going up against these dudes and then trash Shaq, because I mean he did play against Olajuwon. He did play against Ewing. You talking about Rick? You talking about Rick? He did play against the Kembe Mutombo. He did play against Alonzo Mourning. He did play against these guys.
Ben Wallace.
And as an offensive player, I don't think that in terms of passing, I think Joker's passing on the perimeter. I think it's way different than anybody else from that standpoint, particularly from that position. But when you talk about Shaq as an offensive player, his ability to score, his ability to pass in the paint, out the double team, his ability to pass in transition with the basketball, it's a conversation, Lo. I don't think he just clears him.
The only thing is scoring. That's it. It's just scoring.
No, it's not.
What about
rebounding? Shaq is
what about rebounding?
No, he's not. Shaq is not better offensive rebounding than Jokic.
I disagree.
But he's a better rebounder.
I disagree with you.
But we're not talking about.
We're not talking about
defensive rebounding.
We're talking about on the offensive side of the basketball.
Why is Shaq not a better offensive rebounder than Jokic?
Joker.
I don't think. Just in general sense, I don't think he. If I might be mistaken, I don't think he records more offensive rebounds.
So you just go off of stats.
But you could easily argue.
No, stats matter. We're not going to do that. Stats matter.
No, I'm just saying.
We could go statistic in the playoffs. Shaq offensive rebounds 5.7, 4.5, 4.1.
Because
which years are these?
I went from the start of his career. You want me to just go LA?
We talking about peak or not?
Okay, we'll go LA. 5.5, 5.2, 5.7, 3.5, 5.3, 4.1.
Low. You know how big a deal that is? A dude that's averaging 5 offensive rebounds a game.
I didn't need to say Shaq's better offensive rebound.
Think about that for a second. So
this year, Jokic is 4.5.
Okay, so
in the era where the space is
routinely Shaq doing that routinely.
Shaq is offensive rebounds in around 4 people. Jokic
and on top of that,
he's not grabbing not over 4, Mars. I know you're behind me.
He was doing that against the Nets. He was doing that against the Nets. Yes, he was doing that against the Nets in the finals.
Yes, the Nets. Yes, I get yes.
And against David Robinson and Tim Duncan.
Low. Concede the
I just think Shaq is the better offensive rebounder. That's all.
Shaq clears Jokic offensive rebounds.
Yeah, Mars is right. Yes, in a league where everybody's standing underneath the rim, where by far, if you're a Jokic and you're taking mid-range jumpers and 3-point shots, and you're not even in constant position like Shaq is to grab offensive rebounds. Yes, you're right, Mars. He grabs a half or more rebounds. Congrats.
Yo, Shaq clears all the way around. All the way around.
Shaq was also playing in a slower era, so there was just less.
Facts. I was about to say that.
So I just think when I watch Shaq, I think he's better on the offensive glass. Like
I think for someone who's not even normally in position to grab offensive rebounds, to still grab 4 to 5 offensive rebounds.
And to grab 5 offensive rebounds. I'm glad you brought that up. And I'm glad you brought that up, Lo. And I'm glad you brought that up, Lo, because we're also talking about an era where they shoot a lot of long balls. So those offensive rebounds, they could be long ball shots where I'm getting the ball that's coming to me. It's not like I'm battling for offensive rebounds against David Robinson and Tim Duncan in the paint. It's not like he's battling for offensive rebounds, who, by the way, Alonzo Mourning, his job is to defensive rebound. And this is the guy that I'm battling for defensive rebounds. Same thing with the Kembe Mutombo, as opposed to Joker, who guys are shooting the long ball, and a lot of long balls, what happens is you get long rebounds. So they come to him. So those things are not even close to the same thing. Add that to the fact that with him having those rebounds, how much they extend plays for that Laker team, how much that speeds up their offense when he's grabbing rebounds and guys see that and dive to the basket. We're talking about an offensive player. He does not clear Shaq. That is not true.
Well, I didn't say he clear. I just think he's better than him.
You just said he cleared, and that's the first thing you said. That's why
I said clear. The players that I had around him were Kobe, Kareem, and Shaq. That's before we got to this point in Nash. Those are the players that were intermingling. Like I said it before, if you have any of these players ahead of him, and I also said this before we even got to this, if you had Kobe when I was making an argument for Kobe, if you want to wait till the playoffs before you make this argument, that's fine. So these are all players I had around him. But what I'm saying now is we're here now, and he's doing the things. He's actually doing better than what I even expect him to do. I didn't expect him to keep up the playmaking aspect while also increasing the shot attempts while still relatively not dropping crazy in the postseason. Because even when I look deeper into it, he only had really one bad game. His efficiency probably has plummeted way more than it probably should because of that closeout game in Minnesota. But outside of that, he's been historically great. Almost every single possession. Almost every single game.
It's only 2 other dudes average a triple-double, and that's James and that's Russell Westbrook. That's it.
He's the only one to do it and win more than one game.
But before we do move on, I do just
who averaged more offensive rebound?
No, all right, hold up right quick, Mookie. I want to ask everybody up here just the one word answer. Your team's in the playoffs, and you get to choose one center offensively. You going Shaq or Jokic?
Jokic.
Shaq.
No, it's not who you think is better. Who do you want? Who do you trust more?
In
just
their
off-
era,
what era?
in
What
their
era?
Just
era,
offensive.
right?
Just
What
offensive.
era?
Like I'm not getting Shaq today. I'm getting Shaq in the 90s and 2000s.
In both of their eras. In both of their eras.
Okay.
So they're both in their respective eras.
Oh, well, in this era, I might only have to defend only one big. Might have to defend Jokic, so I would pick Jokic.
Oh, so
I genuinely
there's
think
no comp. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. It's not. That's why I keep asking the question, like, is there a genuine comp? Because if you want to make the argument for a comp argument, I'm all fine for that. Actually,
I'm
I don't
taking
think it's
Shaq
that
regardless.
Me too. I'm
If
taking
we
Shaq.
got one series. You said one series or one
Give me
game?
Shaq. Give me Shaq.
It don't matter. One series or one game. If I'm in the playoffs and I got to choose who's my center.
Hey,
Shaq
Mars,
or
can you
Jokic,
ask me?
I'm definitely taking Shaq.
Hey, Mars, can you ask me who averaged more offensive rebounds between Hakeem and Jokic?
Who?
Who averaged more offensive rebounds between Hakeem and Jokic?
No, can you ask? Tell me.
Oh, you want me to answer you? Okay.
He wants to know how many.
I'm gonna check it. I'm certain it's probably gonna be Jokic, but I'll see.
even if it's Hakeem,
what years do you want me to?
passing alone,
Just go off their career. Just go off
the passing alone with
their career. Hakeem in the regular season is 3.3 for his career, and in the playoffs he's 3.2.
3.2, yeah.
And
the passing alone would rule Hakeem out of these conversations.
No, but that's why I say.
And Jokic is 2.6 in the regular season and 3.2 in the playoffs for his.
Yeah. So it's about so what I'm saying is that Hakeem will have the gap between the passing and playmaking of relatively most bigs in NBA history. That's why I say he's the best.
Actually, I think Shaq is a grossly underrated passing playmaker.
But still, he still have the
he's still Jokic.
Gap. It's still a gap. That's why I sat there and said just because he has this playmaking, the passing gap, that don't mean he's better offensive players than these guys because he's gonna mostly have that. He is the outlier between we comparing most bigs in NBA history, bro. So like I sat there and said, I don't think that.
But you're not saying anything else offensively that they're making up.
That doesn't make sense.
What is that?
Mook, you
can't say Jokic can't be over these guys because he has the playmaking and passing. Like that's why he's over them.
There has to be
no.
But that's what I'm saying. What is
What I'm saying is this: is that we don't look at bigs to be these all-world elite passers or these all-world elite playmakers and all that. Jokic is the outlier, bro. He is the exception to the rule. So when we compare,
that's what's making him superior. Bro.
Okay, but look, he has the passing and playmaking gap of guys like Kareem, Shaq, guys that consider better offensive players than him. Just because he has that over anybody, that don't mean he's better offensive player, better offensive than these.
That's actually exactly what it means.
That's literally what it means.
Exactly what it means.
No, it's not. Bro.
Here's the thing, Mook. Here's the thing that you need to understand. Like when we have debates about who's better than who and who's better than this guy, there has to be a separator, right? So that's the separator.
And Hakeem's separated between Jokic is his scoring abilities. He's
Hakeem
a better scorer.
Shaq?
He's a Hakeem. Hakeem is a better offensive player than Nikola.
No, Hakeem is a better overall player.
No.
He's a better overall player.
You want to say Shaq and Kareem are a better scorer?
You can say he's a better scorer. Like that's fine. Offensively,
score.
He just has too many holes.
It's not offensively. No, not Hakeem. If you want to, especially if you want to say Shaq and Kareem, I'm way more inclined to listen to Shaq and Kareem because I believe both of them are their passing is grossly underrated. However, Hakeem, no. Scoring, yes, but offense, no. Offense.
I'm with you on this one, Mookie. Because
Hakeem is a better offensive player.
He's a better offensive rebounder.
He's a better post scorer. He's a better post player in generalities, bro.
So you
we
talk about
his inside game is better because he's a better finisher as well, right? So like if you put it all into a perspective outside of the playmaking, passing, how the bro, let me calm down.
The passing and playmaking is so wide of a gap.
Okay, but we don't look at bigs to have these passing and playmaking gaps, bro. What are we talking about?
10 years ago, we didn't look at point guards that scored any high volume, and then Curry came in and it changed the perception and why we were completely thinking about basketball in a two-dimensional.
That's why they're
way,
exception to the rule. So what I'm saying, when we look
at he would be the exception to the rule.
Okay, but that don't mean he's better offensively.
That literally would mean that.
Bro, he's the best. Oh, listen. listen. Jokic is the best playmaker passing big of all time. He's better than anybody.
Literally,
but that don't mean he's better offensively than guys.
Literally,
like
what that would mean.
Shaq.
Low. You gotta look at it the other way.
Can we talk about Tatum?
It's just like how you was telling me.
We'll get there, Damo. We'll get there.
Low. It's just like how you was telling me about what we talked about with Jokic last night. Jokic is so good in what he does that it kind of makes up for his lack of defense. I think I agree with Mookie, but kind of for different reasons though. I would still rather have Hakeem just because I know I could dump it down to him 12, 15 feet away from the basket and nobody can stop him. So I'm like, yeah, Jokic, you pass, you do laughing, but I'm saying if I know that you can pass Jokic better than Hakeem, I still might take Hakeem because Hakeem, I don't need you to pass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
just don't get busy.
But Bob, that's like your point is valid, Bob. It's like, hey, if I'm playing a certain style, I might choose Hakeem because I'm just gonna dump it in, and all I need him to do is score in the post, and he is a better post scorer.
What style has been proven to win?
Everyone.
For a center.
Yeah, the defensive style. Well, let me finish first.
Yeah.
So if you're saying that I'm just going to dump it into Hakeem and I need him to post score and I choose Hakeem, that's fine. But when you're just evaluating a player and you're saying, okay, is the gap between Olajuwon's post scoring greater than the gap between Jokic's playmaking and passing? It's not, because Jokic is close to a scorer than he's not better, but he's close. But he's a better shooter, and he's a significantly better playmaker, which makes him a better overall offensive player. Whether you choose to play that style, whether that style wins, whether you like it, those are irrelevant. We're just evaluating the player, and as a player, he's a better overall offensive player.
Mars, I'm gonna let you go last, and then we gotta move on. Go ahead, my friend.
Who stops Jokic 12 to 15 feet away from the basket?
Nobody.
I don't get how that's a point for Hakeem.
If you want to say comp again,
Dwight Howard.
So if the argument is when he wasn't in his peak,
yes, and there was two players being thrown at him.
That's not a great point.
Yeah, Mars, I believe from what I've seen, Hakeem was a significantly better.
I agree. He can be a better post scorer.
And that's what I'm saying, Lo. That's what I'm saying. Lo.
You said I give the ball to Hakeem 12 to 15 feet, and I don't need him to pass because no one's going to stop him. But they don't stop Jokic, and I promise you they're trying. They just don't.
David Robinson shutting that shit down though. I mean, Mars.
Yeah, but Mars, to be fair, like what
you laughing at, Lo? That is not funny. I don't know why you laughing, Lo.
He's not shutting it down.
Mars, to be fair, like what
he may be, he's definitely better comp than what he's facing.
Defensive-minded centers is Nikola Jokic is matching up with. That's
Rudy Gobert.
Then I can if that's the argument that Jokic can't be stopped because he's going against people who aren't good enough to stop him. That's fine. If that's the argument, and you're saying put him
it's
in,
a very slippery slope.
I think if you start making those arguments, a lot of people are going to have to start moving down your lists.
Yep.
Because to me, it can't be a knock on someone that they're too good to be stopped. Because if I start going down that slope, Michael Jordan shooting guard,
the defensive comp, like it's not really a lot of defensive.
You're right. You're the defensive comp. You're absolutely right. Yeah. That's why some people don't have Magic in their top 10. That's why some people have Michael Jordan lower. That's why we have a lot of people other ways. We talking about comp. If y'all want to be honest about comp, which I'm fine being honest about the comp right now, but who was Magic? Who's defending Magic?
Dennis Johnson.
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas.
Okay.
John Stockton.
Isaiah Thomas.
Michael Jordan.
Those are all players that were in the East. So I'm going to because if Embiid defends Jokic, I think we will all consider that comp. So going to the finals, who was he defending? Who's defending him?
Dennis Johnson. Oh, you talking about on his way to the West?
In the West.
In the Western Conference. Who was he dealing with in the Western Conference? So
because in the finals, I agree.
Right.
You got who? Sidney Moncrief in Milwaukee. Was
That's
Milwaukee still in the West at that point?
No, they was in the East. They had moved. They had already moved to the East.
I don't know the
geography. So
sounds like cricket.
So Phoenix. Who was their point guard? Let's Kevin Johnson. Let's see. Yeah, I know. I'm giving you the names of the guys that were defending.
But I've already done
this,
this, and so the only question I asked is when we had this conversation. So now
so it's a rhetorical question. You're asking a rhetorical question.
So basically,
that's what you're doing. You already know the answer.
So if when we talk about best offensive players, I'm not knocking Magic because on his way to the finals, there was no real comp for him to be guarded at that position. I acknowledge that, the comp wasn't that significant, but even when he went up against actual comp in the finals, he still looked great.
You're talking about this portion of their career. The road to the finals is maybe 12, 15, 16, 17 games.
You got to win 16 games, right?
Yeah, so you got to win 16 total. But you just want to talk about the first two, three. The first, okay, so the first couple,
the first 3 rounds.
Series. I'm talking about their whole career.
Games,
I'm talking about what they do. So how they're playing against these guys on the regular. It's not like, oh, I never see you unless we all make it to the finals. That's not how it works.
I was told all year long that we have to wait to see what he does in the playoffs. Now we're in the playoffs. Now we're talking about. That was literally the whole. That was literally the whole conversation we had here. Matter of fact, Chill, I'm sorry, Fluent. Chill started this conversation by saying we got to wait until he get to the. He literally started that conversation by saying that. You maybe not hear.
I
agree with you. I agree with you.
I did say that, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, but I understand why that's I understand why that's said though.
Oh no, I agree with it.
It's because we've seen Jokic succeed in the regular season, and what's the next piece?
And we've seen him drop in the postseason.
Exactly.
But when you bring up an example like Magic, right? We've seen you can still judge him based on what he did in the regular season and say he had comp, even though most of that, if not all of it, was in the East. And then we did see him do it in the playoffs. So I think it's a different conversation with Jokic. We've seen him dominate the regular season. It's the same thing. Listen, when we talk about, go ahead.
And make no mistake about it, Lo. I'm not diminishing what he did in the regular season and what he did to get to this point. I'm not diminishing that. I'm not looking at Jokic going, well, you know what you did, it was all right. But I'm still recognizing how awesome he is. I'm still doing.
I agree with you, and I know Ron trying to go, but he was saying like it's not just the playoffs. What I'm saying is we've already established in the regular season, like when he goes up against Rudy Gobert, he's fine. When he went against Rudy Gobert, even in 2020, before he was in his peak, he was fine. Like that wasn't really they really didn't stop him. Even this year, he was torching Embiid in the first half, and then Doc Rivers had to make the switch to put PJ Tucker on him with Embiid helping. Shout out to Doc Rivers.
But what did Embiid do to him in the second?
Yeah, but we're talking offensively. Jokic getting cooked defensively.
Being emotional, bro. We're talking about offense.
I'm not emotional.
We're talking about offense.
Wipe the knees.
So when it comes to offense, again, bro, he's done the things that we're asking. The only thing, which I agree, the last thing is, can he sustain this in the postseason run? And
can I ask a question? Is this the first time? Like
I think the last 2 years
is not dropping.
No, I think the last 2 years he's been great. When you put into context that the team he was on and also who he's facing, no, he's been great.
I'm talking about like the efficiency because y'all use guys like
the efficiency drops. However,
in the playmaking, the passing,
but I'm intelligent and realize that if he's passing to Campazzo, then maybe he's not going to make the shots as often as he does.
Whose fault is that? You knocked Larry Bird out for dropping in the postseason. You don't put in context of what different aspects that he does in the game as well.
I don't think he drops either. I think he's still a great player.
Compare his true shooting and compare his assist average in the postseason.
I think that when it comes to off of assists, I look at actual basketball, not assists. When it comes to how we actually discuss basketball, we can put into context. If you're on a team that, again, if they don't have the players making their shots like Campazzo, then your assist numbers aren't going to look the same. That doesn't mean that you're a bad passer, you get worse as a passer and playmaker. It just means you don't have enough finishers around you. When it comes to Jokic, no, I don't think these last 2 postseason runs he was bad. I still think he was great. The fact that he had to make a significant adjustment to his game that may have altered his statistics and alter what he looked like, but that doesn't mean he didn't play great. He played great.
So what's the adjustment between the regular season where he was averaging more assists with the players that he has now and compared to the postseason? When you're in the
playoffs, they make better way better rotations, defensive assignments. They make sure they give up certain players on open looks. In the regular season, a lot of things, especially when you're going up against weaker defensive units who don't have that much time to actually game plan against you, you're going to get quality looks from players that normally not going to get quality looks in a postseason run. That is by far the biggest difference. So I'm going to sit here and leave open the weakest link on your offense, where in the regular season you can get quality looks from multiple other players.
But look, even when he had Jamal Murray and those great players that as well when he was injured, I understand the context is being said, but there was a drop off in his assists.
I wouldn't.
And there was also a drop off in his efficiency as well. But you use that against Larry Bird and other players like Kevin Durant.
I wouldn't consider 2020 as his peak. I'm only.
Oh, you won't consider his peak, but we still see these droppers, and like I said there and said, it's like not having the same energy.
This year when he's healthy, when everyone's healthy, there is no drop.
No, but I'm talking about in 2020. The 2020 he made an All-NBA team.
That wasn't his peak though.
All right, fellas, we gotta keep
a lot
him
of excuse, man.
We gotta keep him moving.
Well, you stop making excuse for Kawhi.
Wipe the knees off. Just wipe the knees.
Well, I would tell you get on your knees for Kawhi, but he got bad knees.
Get on your knees.
All right, fellas.
You said he was gonna win.
Can't say that. When Kawhi gonna win a ring?
Focus, Ron.
Okay.
Come on, Ron.
He won a ring, and Jokic didn't win a ring. That's the thing.
Mookie.
When he's on super teams like Kawhi, maybe he'll win a ring.
What's
all
super team?
fellas,
Bro, it's the Nuggets versus the Clippers, bro. We can move on, bro. Like,
yeah, it's true. It's the Clippers. It's the Clippers. My bad.
Come on, bro.
We can move on. It's the Clippers. They're irrelevant. You're right, Damo. My bad.
The
That's a relevant
Boston
franchise.
Celtics pulled out a game against the 76ers last night that we didn't think they were going to pull off. Jason Tatum struggled all game, turned it on in the fourth. And some people, maybe they didn't show up in the fourth. I'm going to let you guys talk about it, though. Chilltown, you first. What happened last night?
Anybody that knows me knows I'm a Jason Tatum guy, but I'm also a guy I'm a realist too. I'm a Jason Tatum guy and I'm a realist. And when a guy isn't very good, I will say that he isn't very good. And I thought that Jason Tatum gets himself wrapped up a lot of times in just standing at the long ball line or going to the rim. There is no in between in his game, and that throws his game off completely. And when he does that, that throws them off. But it didn't last night. They actually kept themselves in the game, and he kept himself in the game in other ways, rebounding the basketball, distributing the basketball, not just distributing the basketball and rebounding, keeping himself engaged and still shooting. Because again, when you are a scorer, you can't just stop if you miss your first 3, 4, 5 shots. You got to continue to shoot, because eventually you're going to get going. And he eventually got going. And what Boston did was they kept it close enough where once he got going, they were able to pull away. That was the difference in the game last night. Jason Tatum, he was going to be the GOAT. He was going to be the guy that if they lose last night, it was going to be a really long summer, because he was going to be the guy that they were going to put on the hook for this. And now the conversation would have been, well, maybe he shouldn't be on the crew. Maybe we need to look in another direction. But now we're talking about a completely different Boston Celtic team, which I think that they're going to go home and close this thing out. And it was largely due to Jason Tatum playing better, not just as a scorer, but overall. And that's just the mark of a great player. That's just the mark of a great player who does that, not just once in a while, but who does it for a long period of time. And I think that's what Jason Tatum did last night. He proved that, I'm still one of the better players in the game, even when I'm shooting bad.
Facts.
Damo, talk to us about the game last night.
Man, listen, I said it here yesterday. The biggest difference is when you have a team that's built off of depth, and you have a team that's basically built as a good team, you're going to need the others to step up. Last night, you seen it. Malcolm Brogdon stepped up and had a better game. Marcus Smart played consistent, had a good game. Jason Tatum, even though he shot bad, pulled it out in the fourth quarter and did other things. Played defense, rebounded it, as Chill said. Passed the ball, as Chill alluded to, everything like that, and they played better. The exact opposite happened for the 76ers, like you were saying yesterday, how they needed X, Y, and Z to play well. Those guys didn't show up. And the biggest guy that didn't show up, and I'm mad we spent so much time talking about offensive centers, because now Ticket is gone, and I want to hear him be consistent about James Harden. Where's Ticket? Everybody go find Ticket, because I need to hear, because James Harden, as Chill stated, it don't matter what dress you wear, what suit you put on, what makeup, what haircut, what wig you get, you are who you are. James Harden had another James Harden-esque performance. He did not show up.
We know who you are.
Where's
you.
the energy? Because usually, if James Harden goes out there, puts up 25 and 10, I'm being criticized because I'm not talking about James Harden when no one's given a chance to talk. But now, when everybody's given a chance to talk, where is that energy for James Harden? Now I got the energy for him because he is who he thought he is, an inconsistent guy. I sat up here on this panel and listened to everybody criticize Kevin Durant for not being him, not being this, not being that. I better hear some James Harden slander because he's exactly who we thought he was this entire time. The guy that's going to be fraudulent, inconsistent, not there every time. One game he's going to look like James Harden of old. Next game he's going to look like James Harden ready to go to the strip club. And that is a fact. I was so prepared to talk about this because he did exactly what I knew he would do. Not show up and leave guys like Maxey and Joel Embiid yet again leaving his teammates out hanging to dry.
I got roasted, Damo. When I said what I said about him, I got roasted for that.
They was on you.
I got roasted for that. When I'm trying to tell you, I know you. Stop acting like I don't know who this dude is. I know you, but I got roasted for it. And eventually, he's going to show up.
He showed up. Yeah.
There he is.
Just wait till Game 7, man. Just wait.
Oh boy, here we go.
Hey, Chitchat, you made a great point about Tatum, especially when he had another slow start. I think for the most part of the series, he's been getting to these bad slow starts, and then what he was able to do, because he didn't shoot the ball pretty well, he was able to impact the game in different ways.
0 for 19, Mook, in the first quarter. 0 for 19.
0 for 19.
0 for 19 in the first quarter. I know that's nuts.
His defense was pretty great. I think he stopped some blocks at the rim. On top of that, just getting rebounds, just impacting the game in different ways, especially if I don't have the scoring, just do everything else to impact the game in different ways to win. Boston played well. I feel like in Game 5, it was a bad performance offensively and defensively. I feel like in the first half they did do a poor job in keeping the ball in front of them. They was letting a lot of guys get to the rim. Tobias Harris beat Jason Tatum on the baseline. Maxey blew past a couple of defenders as well. But when they started to get locked in, when they started making their shots, and this team is one of the best skip pass teams in the NBA on the ability to just get to the rim and collapse the defense. On top of that, what their defense represents. And late down the stretch, when you got your star player and Jason Tatum struggling for the most part, and he began to score 16 points in the fourth quarter as well, and making big shots and taking what the defense is giving them. Like I said, bro, Boston to me is the team that's going to win the championship. And also, bro, this was a game that they need to win, and they won it. So in Game 7, they need to close it out on their home floor, which I think they would, bro.
Which, by the way,
shout out to Brogdon too. Brogdon.
Quick question for you guys.
This nigga Brogdon,
quick question for you guys. So when somebody does something once, we can agree that it was maybe a one-time occurrence. But when they do it twice, does it more look like a pattern? So now what we saw Jason Tatum deliver yesterday in the fourth quarter and basically pushed them over the top. Did we not see this last year?
Yeah.
In Game 6, did we not see this last year in Game 6?
What Game 6?
Against the Milwaukee Bucks?
No, he was hot in the first half in Game 6.
I'm gonna say he was just good from start to finish. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But the point I'm making is that they were in an elimination game and they were going to lose. So he goes for 46. The point that I'm making is that we're talking about a guy who we have a pattern of a guy showing up when it's necessary. He might be a little bit. He might be a little bit inconsistent.
He didn't show up in the finals, so I can't say that.
I highly doubt that Jason Tatum's going to have another bad game coming up Sunday. I don't think Jason Tatum's going to show out.
It's not just him having these bad. It's just he having these slow starts, bro. He's been having slow starts for most of the point of this series, bro. It's like he wait to turn it on late in the second quarter. Then in the second half, he'd be pretty great. That's like he's. I
don't see him doing that on Sunday as well. I think he's gonna come with it.
It doesn't matter what he does. Philly win regardless. It doesn't matter. He can have 60 or he can have 6. Philly are going to win.
I don't like Philly to win in Game 7 in Boston. But what I wanted to know is, speaking of Philly, though, Mars, I'm happy you said that. Is Philly on its way to being Tyrese Maxey's squad? Is this Tyrese Maxey's team coming up here pretty soon?
No. Do you guys just think of the most outrageous questions?
I know,
right? You can have clips like what?
Nah, I'm saying, what you mean?
I don't think that's that crazy.
So Joel Embiid is just there, and we're just like, oh, that's a valid question.
We're not gonna do that because that be you and Dub and Low talking. Oh, get ready, clip this. And I'm not saying.
Oh yeah, and I see because I'm vocal about it. I know when I'm going for clicks. I'm asking if you're doing the same thing.
I don't do this shit for TikTok. I'm asking.
So you just asked that because you believe that's a possibility.
No, I'm asking the question.
You think you're going to get clipped?
Y'all the ones trying to convince us that James Harden is on his way out of there.
Oh no, what about Joel Embiid?
Joel
though?
Embiid is the answer.
I understand
Yes.
Joel Embiid is there, but I'm saying
You saying
I'm
from a
saying
guard
what's-
perspective?
Is there a way that it's him that's the power of the team? Is it possible just because Joel
Power?
Embiid is well? Listen, no, just because Joel Embiid is the best player on the team, I'm asking y'all: is it because remember before this? Was Ticket mostly saying that they got to play a different style this time. They can go through, and so what I'm saying is has Maxey shown that the offense should maybe run through him, maybe let him do the thing.
Fuck?
No, that's not what he said. Lo, hold on for a second, Lo.
I'm saying like that's a serious
No,
question. If you wanna be,
So
if you
stop
wanna be
running
a-
stop running
no,
pick and roll for
you don't-
Embiid and
you
just
gotta answer the
run
question.
isolation stats for
He's
Maxey
not
on the left
saying
wing.
don't run
that's
plays
not-
for Joel
no,
Embiid.
that's not what we
He's
saying.
saying
No.
the offense start with Tyrese Maxey, or maybe even finish with Tyrese Maxey.
What I
Which
said.
one, Ron?
what-
Starter? Y'all
what
saying
I-
both.
Either or. It could be either or.
What I said. And
Two completely different things.
Dub was one who he finally came around. What I wanted to do was I wanted to let James Harden walk, and I wanted to give Maxey the ball. That's what I wanted to do.
Oh,
The
so
offense
just-
still
okay.
the offense and him now be the lead guard. That's the idea. Not us running the offense solely through Maxey. No, and Maxey being the man. No, that's not the idea. The idea is to give Maxey the ball, who now is at point guard university with both Doc Rivers and Sam Cassell teaching him, give him the basketball, and they still run the offense through Joel Embiid. That's the idea. Because I know who James Harden is.
I'm saying on top of that, y'all doing that nerd shit, laughing like that makes zero sense at all. Like, oh my god!
I couldn't understand what you were saying.
I'm saying just listen to the question. I'm not saying is Tyrese Maxey better than Joel Embiid. I'm saying that they've been running it through Joel Embiid up to this point, and they haven't won nothing yet. So what I'm asking is it possible that Tyrese Maxey has shown that he's good enough? Maybe we can go through Tyrese. Joel can still get his. But I mean, there's more than one way. There's more than one way to skin a cat. That's all I'm saying.
But who's the main focal point?
Different?
Who's the main focal point of the offense that you're referring to right now? In this hypothetical, who would be the main focal point of the offense?
I'm saying maybe Tyrese Maxey. I'm asking y'all: is it possible that they switch their flow up? And
I'll say this. There's no way possible for Joel Embiid to be on this team and they run an offense predicated to Tyrese or anything like that. What I do think, though, he deserves a bigger role. And if genuinely, if they blow this series to the Celtics, then it's time. I personally think it's time you move off of Harden and Tobias Harris. You do something with those contracts, whether it's depth, whether it's trying to get another high key name, whatever you decide to do, just do something different and maybe rework that off.
Lo, you out on Tobias Harris, Lo?
I'm out on Mars right now.
I was out on Tobias.
I've been out on Tobias for a year or two.
I was out on him the moment they signed him over Jimmy Butler. I was out on him. I was like, this is a bad idea.
Yeah, I don't understand running offense. I think Maxey gets almost as it looks off the attention of Joel Embiid.
I agree.
And their offense is more kind of predicated on the pick and roll with Harden and Embiid. So, like, I don't understand what is he saying. But like I said, bro, James Harden is the X factor, bro. We have seen the times where, the 76ers do win. It's off of James Harden killing drop covers. It's about James Harden being aggressive, getting to the rim and actually just playing consistent offensively. And the two games that he won,
you don't understand what who's saying.
You saying.
You don't understand me asking if Tyrese Maxey is showing that he's good enough to maybe have the offense ran through him.
No, he's not even close. Bob, he's not even close.
I'm saying he been getting to it.
If you're on your ESPN bag, you normally have to disclose you're on your ESPN bag before you get
okay.
You know what, Bob? You know what, Bob? You know what, Bob?
You
know what, Bob? No. You know what, Bob? Why not? Because what I know is this. They've got one more chance. They have one more chance. This is what I know. James Harden is a fraud. Joel Embiid is a fraud. And Doc Rivers is a fraud.
Maxey been showing up.
The last 4 minutes of that game that they should have won when Jason Tatum was playing horribly.
Yes.
They let him come back and outscore them, I believe, 17-16 in the fourth quarter, one man.
Yeah.
And Joel Embiid didn't touch the ball in the last 4 minutes.
Yep.
That's shame on Joel Embiid for not making them give it to him. That's shame on James Harden for not getting it to him. That's shame on Doc Rivers for not being a damn coach and making sure the ball found its way. One more chance. If they lose Game 7, which they're very likely to do, I'm out on Philadelphia, and the process is a failure.
You already feel like that anyway, though, Tone. You already feel like the process is failure anyway.
Do you know what game 7 would be?
But this would seal it.
Do you know what game 7 would be?
What
game
would be?
7 would mark the 10-year anniversary of them signing Sam Hinkie. It would be 10 years removed from when they signed Sam Hinkie, when they officially started the process, and they're not even. If they fail to get to the conference finals, that means that they've never made it.
Yeah, to answer that process ain't doing shit. They might
it's not. No. To answer Ox's question, I think most of Maxey's not most, but a good chunk of Maxey's scoring comes off of the advantage creation from Embiid and Harden. I don't think he's displayed enough ability to be an advantage creator for him to like run the offense through him through any significant amount of like portion of the offense when Embiid is on the floor in particular. I think that you would see a regression of Embiid as a scorer if you remove Harden off that team and just allow Maxey to create. Maxey's not as good as an offensive player as you may believe that he is. Now he probably has some room to grow, but as it stands today, he's not anywhere near close.
That was the idea, though, Lo, because I'm looking at Doc Rivers and I'm looking at Sam Cassell as former point guards, and they would enhance his game and have him be a better point guard. That's why I want to give him the basketball.
Facts to this guy. That super chat right there is facts. We seen it last year. Maxey, they were struggling making entry passes to Joel.
I hear what you're saying, but the problem is that I don't think they really have that much. That's the other thing about this team, bro. They do not have the window of opportunity that everybody else has. Joel Embiid, this is the healthiest he's looked in a postseason run, and I don't know how many more years he's going to look this healthy in a postseason run. And even now, I don't even like there's a significant drop in what he's doing offensively, albeit this is a really good Boston Celtics defensive unit. So I'll give him a little bit of leeway, and he is trying to come back from an LCO. But I just don't they don't have that many years to give like Maxey point guard reps for the next two potentially 3 years for him to mature into the player that you hope that he's going to mature into.
You think Joel Embiid is healthy? Or?
I don't know. I'm saying give him some leeway because he's coming from but I'm just saying this is the healthiest. I think this is the healthiest he's looked probably since 2019.
And it's the healthiest that he's going to be.
2020 he was healthy.
Oh yeah, but Ben Simmons wasn't there. Yeah. Nobody could give him the ball.
But with me saying that though, Lo, we're also talking about a guy in Maxey. I don't think Maxey isn't a second-year player. So we're talking about a guy. I think he's going into year 5.
No, I think this is the third year.
Okay, so next year we'll be going into year 4. So I would expect a significant improvement from a guard that we now give the basketball to and give more responsibility to, because I think he wants that, to be honest with you. And with them still running the offense through Joel Embiid, just him as the lead guard. Now, the idea that Maxey can't make a simple entry pass. Now, if you struggle to make a simple entry pass because the defense is on you, that's something different than being able to make a simple entry pass, which he can do. He can do all of those simple things, which he can do. But I think all of those simple things are there. We just don't see him enough because they use him in a different way. They don't use him as the lead guard. They use
y'all
him.
Y'all saying that Tyrese Maxey can't dump the ball into the post. He can't make it.
I find it very interesting, and now you guys are making it seem like entry passes are easy. But when we were talking about John Stockton, you made it seem like entry passes were the most difficult thing in the world.
Maxey right
no, that's not the same thing. No, Mars. That's not the same.
When John Stockton got criticized for entry passes,
what are y'all talking about?
Bobbs himself said entry passes aren't easy. We were talking about John Stockton, and now we're talking about Tyrese Maxey, and we're saying he can't make entry passes, and now we're acting like it's simple to make entry passes. Which one is it?
Ain't that your GOAT passer?
Which one is it? Is it easy?
And I've heard Chill say several times that players in today's NBA don't understand how to play the game at a fundamental level.
I think it's a lot of them that don't.
And I think Tyrese Maxey is one of the players. And it's not. I'm not saying he can't develop it. I'm not saying he can't. I'm not even really concerned about him doing an entry pass. I'm more so concerned with him having to deal with the learning curve of being a ball handler, and when he starts to receive defensive attention coming off of screens that he's never seen before. Like that right there in and of itself is going to take a year or two for him to be acclimated to. Like there, I'm not.
Year low.
This is third year, but
all I know is from what I've seen last playoffs, in this playoffs, Tyrese Maxey a killer.
But at what
great as a number.
But at what though? I'm not saying he can't. I'm not saying he can't do. I'm not saying he can't. He's not a great player at his position and is what his role is. But he's not a killer as a ball handler, distributor.
That's not what
decision maker.
But that's literally what Chilltown and them are saying right now.
I don't know. They're talking about a post entry. They're not talking about him being the Steve Nash of the offense.
He doesn't have to be Steve Nash.
You're never gonna ask him to be the main facilitator.
Is that not what y'all asking?
So running an offense through Tyrese Maxey meant throwing post entry. That's what I meant.
That's what he's saying, Ron. He's saying the main facilitator.
I want to give Maxey the ball and have Maxey be the lead. That's what I want. I want to give him the ball.
Giving him the ball doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to change his game. Tyrese Maxey is a scoring guard, so when you give him the ball,
chill. Do you mean him being the main facilitator?
That's what I was saying. What I'm saying is giving Tyrese Maxey the ball is you telling him to do what he does best, and that's put the ball in the hole. But
that's not what he does best as an on ball. That's not how he gets most of his points. Not on ball.
But can he score on ball?
I'm not saying he can't, but that's not what he does best, though. That's not what he does best.
So he scores best off the ball is what you're saying.
Off ball and taking advantage of what other people create for him. He does an exceptional job in transition.
What I said is maybe making him more of the focal point of the offense.
No, I agree with you on that. But I'm saying that the process it would take for him to get to that point, I think is a bit longer than y'all are expecting. I think
with a big guy like Joel Embiid.
Well, exactly. I think it's going to take about 2 years to get to that point, if he can get to that point.
And you're not sure they got that time.
I don't think they had that type of timetable. I don't think Joel Embiid at 2 years he'll be 30, 31. I don't know what Embiid is going to look like post 30. I genuinely don't. That's a very scary thing to even think about. I don't know what he's going to look like post 30. I think that they realize that their window is the next 2 or 3 years. And they need to maximize whatever they need to do in these next 2 to 3 years, especially with other teams and players coming up and becoming better as well. Like, this is by far their best opportunity. Like, Tatum and them are not going anywhere.
Speaking of the devil, you asked for him, he back.
All right, there you go. There
he is. Yeah, you asked for him, Damo, he back.
Oh, so we're going to white James Harden. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You asked for him,
man. I'm not finish your points on Maxey, please. Finish your points.
I don't know, but the one thing I love to do when I'm watching Philly. If I could drink, I'll play a drinking game. But how many times the spacing out in Philly is just horrible? How many times 2 players are standing in the same corner? It is the funniest thing to watch.
Watching Harden dribble.
But even once
Embiid gets the ball at the free throw line, it's just
once Embiid gets the ball at the free throw line, and once Harden gets tripled, and they need to like find themselves in the floor, they struggle immensely just trying to find proper spacing. This is something that notoriously Doc Rivers teams struggle with. It doesn't matter if it was here with the Clippers. It's been like that for years.
Don't worry about
your big man, the league MVP. Your big man, the league MVP, which I have a huge problem with him not being the league MVP. I got a problem with your big man and your best player. I'm trying to imagine Olajuwon in the meat and potatoes of the game, the last 5 minutes of the game, not touching the ball one time. That does not happen.
That's James Harden. That's James Harden.
That does not happen to Patrick Ewing. That does not happen to Shaq. As good as Kobe Bryant and as awesome as he is, Shaq is not touching the ball in the last 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, if they're trying to foul him, they might keep it away from him.
Even if that's true, when he's going up against a guy like Dikembe Mutombo, they're going to him. They're getting him the basketball. There's no way when we're in the playoffs and we're in an elimination game, a possible game where our season is over, he's not touching the ball. He's not touching the basketball for 5 straight minutes. That's not happening. No.
As much as I would love to blame it on James Harden, I can't.
Who you blaming on?
I would blame it on all 3 of them. I would blame not.
Oh, well, you would say all 3.
Because, but a lot of that got to be on Doc too.
This Doc Rivers hate needs to stop.
Yeah, I think
Rivers hate. It's not hate.
Do you think
it's not? That's any coach. Mars, if you was the coach, it'd be on you too. It's not. I've always loved Doc Rivers.
Do you think? And I'm caping for Doc now. Do you think that James Harden needs a coach to pull him aside and say, "Hey, man, give it to the league MVP"?
Obviously,
at this point, maybe. At this point, maybe he does.
But if he needs that, that's still a James Harden problem.
That is.
Yo,
that is.
All right, I understand that. So, but the fact that it's a James Harden problem, that's what you got the coach here for. You got to know your personnel. I know that James Harden don't got it up here to slow it down and get the big fella the ball. So I'm going to get out there and be like, yo, Joel, where you at? James, Look,
No, I
open
hear
up
you.
your beard.
I hear you.
Look through your beard. He right there.
I see.
Give him the ball.
It's fine. Doc Rivers will win Game 7.
I feel like if that's the case, then damn, Doc can just put on the jersey. Then, God damn, if I gotta walk, I gotta walk down with James Harden. Like, come on, James, pass it to Embiid right
Well,
there.
no,
Like,
it's not gonna be walking him down.
We
No.
don't know Harden's a fraud. How come he don't know it?
Right.
Okay, Jesus.
It's not.
I can't blame him for coaching a fraud. I'm sorry, I can't blame him.
It's not walking him down, no, Low.
You got to guide the fraud in the right direction, man. That's what Ty Lue did for Westbrook. He hit all the fraudulent jeans as best as he could. Westbrook was looking great this year.
Nah, he did.
Yeah, that led to a 5-game loss.
Hey,
Without
because your best two
Kawhi?
players weren't playing. That's tough.
All right, and Doc Rivers got 2 games without Embiid. Well, 1 game without Embiid. And
Doc Rivers is not a
That's
good coach.
kinda
bro.
true.
He's the most
Yeah,
overrated coach.
you guys are hating
I got
right
a
now. Doc
question,
Rivers
though.
is
He
one of the
makes
best
no
coaches in the
adjustment.
league. That's a top 5
Y'all
coach
gotta
right
stop
now.
with this Doc Rivers stuff,
Yeah,
man.
I
He's
get
not a
it.
good coach.
Hey, Mars, you are.
How many coaches
He's
have championships right
trolling.
now?
Mars is
How many
so
coaches who are
trolling.
coaching in the NBA right now have championships?
This is the problem I hate with Mars because he's
Bo?
trying to get TikTok
Spurs,
validated.
Steve Kerr, Tyronn Lue,
Stop.
Doc Rivers,
Please stop.
and
Please
who?
stop. Please stop.
Overrated coaches.
Talk
Please.
about I say shit.
Who are coaching in the playoffs right
Yeah,
now?
Spo, Steve
Bo,
Kerr, Tyronn
Steve
Lue,
Kerr,
Doc Rivers.
Tyronn-
They're the
Tyronn
only
Lue is out.
and
Coaches,
Popovich.
what
They're
is
the only coaches in the NBA with championships. Unless I'm forgetting someone, Rick Carlisle.
No, you're not.
Yeah. Rick
But
Carlisle.
we talking about in the playoffs right now. So we got what
Bro,
18.
Spurs, Steve Kerr.
We still got
Spurs, Steve
right,
Kerr.
Spurs, Steve Kerr.
Troll.
Yeah,
So I don't know
100%.
what more Doc Rivers has to do. For you guys
Where you rank
like,
Doc
stop
Rivers
it.
as a coach in the NBA right now?
He's a troll, bro.
He's top
Stop.
He is
He's
100%.
top
He's
No, the hell
100%.
he's not.
Mars,
How
he's
is
a
Doc
move.
Rivers not
Move.
top
Mars
five?
is a troll.
He's
Name
trolling.
five.
What is he
He's
talking
trolling.
about?
Name
Mars?
5 coaches.
He
Name
doesn't
5
do
Dude,
coaches.
don't get involved. Move. Don't get
Oh yeah,
involved in this.
Coach Bud.
Oh,
Coach
he's
Bud.
trolling. He's trolling.
No,
Oh,
but
trolling.
I'm trying to play. Name 5 coaches who are
He's
better than Doc.
trolling. He's trolling. Stop.
trolling.
Oh, so you guys can entertain
done fell
Tyrese
for
Maxey
Mars
running the
trolling.
offense.
Yeah. I don't know.
But Doc Rivers, top 5 coach is egregious.
Yes, we
He
can.
doesn't believe that Doc Rivers is a top 5 coach.
You don't believe Doc Rivers is a top 5 coach. in the
Mars and
NBA,
I
Mars.
always
You don't.
laugh at Doc Rivers. He doesn't
Right.
believe it. He
You
doesn't
do not believe that, Mars.
Oh, this is crazy.
Y'all trolling. I couldn't even ask.
Somebody
my
said
question. That's
Budenholzer
crazy.
is better than Doc Rivers.
It's
Mike
mid
Budenholzer
versus
is not
mid.
better than Doc Rivers.
It's mid
He's
versus
not. Mike
mid.
Budenholzer
It's a
is
mid
better.
off. It's a mid off.
That's comparing a hat to a hat, bro. I don't know.
Thibodeau got a title too, but as an assistant.
Yeah, he was a Doc Rivers merchant. Who cares?
No, it's the other way around, and you know it too. And you're trolling still.
Listen, this is crazy that you guys just disrespect Getty.
No,
done.
do you hear the is the
he's
trolling ridiculous? Is the trolling ridiculous?
Was Doc Rivers not top 15? Was he not in the top 15?
He's trolling.
When, this
still.
In the top 15 coaches of all time.
75,
Yeah, in the top 15 coaches of all time, Doc Rivers was on the list.
Trolling.
Right? How many other
still.
current coaches are on that
Stop.
list?
He's trolling.
Okay, so you guys just disrespect.
I'm done. I'm done with Mars troll.
I disrespect legacies all the time.
That's
what we
crazy.
do.
That's crazy. You guys just don't care about production.
Nope.
Well,
not
What
Doc
has he
Rivers
produced?
production.
What's that? What has he produced?
All
a
right,
championship.
All right,
Outside of
Mars.
2008.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Okay, we get it. Doc is a top 3 coach. All right, let's
Top 5. Let's chill out. Top 5. Let's not.
Oh, he won't go that far with the troll.
Top 5. He's top 5.
Oh, we'll stop at top 3.
Fellas.
Spurs, Steve Kerr, and Greg Popovich.
Earlier in the show, I gave the chat
2 championships,
a couple wagers, a couple contests.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna get to it. As you can see up here, we got a beautiful Underdog Fantasy overlay right here. We're gonna go ahead and get into some of these contests. Starting with the first one you guys said was Julius Randle rebounds. Chat, you guys decided to go lower.
Oh, you guys saw it.
So we're gonna start with Julius under 8.5 rebounds. As you can see up there, that's our first contest. Next, we got Clay. Game 6 Clay. Y'all know what time it is. 4.5 trips. I asked you guys higher or lower. Chat, you guys are smart. You went with higher.
Lower.
Last but not least, you see, at first I was gonna go Bam Adebayo. I was gonna do that.
Game 6 Clay is a myth.
But what we're gonna do instead is go with somebody for the Golden State Warriors. Not Steph, not Clay, not Dre, not Looney.
Draymond.
Jordan Poole.
Jordan Poole
Over under. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ask everybody up here, and I need you guys to help me. Just say higher or lower. Let's see what his stats are for the night. Oh, he's not there?
They don't even care about Jordan Poole's production.
They know he a double agent. They know he a double
They
agent.
don't even care about Jordan
That's
Poole.
They don't care about Jordan Poole, bro.
Damo is Jordan Poole the mole.
W underdog. W
He's the
underdog,
mole, man.
W
Hey,
underdog.
Dylan Brooks was the mole in the first round. Jordan Poole's the mole in the second round, man.
mole.
And MPJ,
They don't even waste their time with Jordan Poole. They
MPJ's
don't
the
waste
mole
their
the
time.
next round, baby. I'm calling it now. MPJ is our
That's
future
crazy.
double agent. Watch.
All right, what we gonna do is we just gonna go with Hemi Butler.
Mm-hmm. You don't
Hemi
know
it is.
what buckets. Hemi, no, there's no guy named Hemi. Jimmy Butler, buckets though. On the other hand, yeah, he's around.
Damn, he's 28 and a half. Jesus.
28 and a half. I'm gonna ask everybody
Higher,
up here,
higher.
higher or lower?
Lower.
Higher
Higher.
for Mookie. We got one higher. Damo,
It's gonna be a virtuoso game for
I feel
Jimmy.
like trolling. Lower, man. The Knicks is
lower.
taking
We
it.
got one higher, one
Nah.
lower. Mars, higher, lower.
Lower.
Two lowers, one higher. Bob.
Yeah, I don't think
what
it's gonna
we
be a
doing?
virtuoso game.
28 and a half.
Y'all tripping.
I'm going under.
3 unders. Chill. You got
Hey,
higher
if you
or
want to
lower?
win money, put higher, bro.
I'm going under.
Under. Jimmy
Okay.
Butler. Under 28 and a half. Lower.
Okay.
Hemi B.
That's a wig right there.
No,
No.
that's his head.
That was extensions.
That was
That was
extensions.
yeah, that was extensions.
That's not his hair. Chill, tell what the hell?
We should have done Julius.
Some of it
Randle
was. Some of it was his hair, but most of his extensions.
All right, Euro. Let's enter 25.
Got a dual win extension. Get the fuck out.
25. You guys see we get a 150 payout. That's good money right there. Clay going higher in 4.5 threes. Julius getting less than 8.5 rebounds. And Hemi Butler going less than 28 and a half. Chat, I think we're on to something. I think we finally get our first win of the week. Go ahead and submit that. And we'll talk about this on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't won once.
Mars.
Troll alert.
Mars. We haven't won once. We haven't won once. This is a we thing.
Nah, this ain't no weekend.
You know what's crazy, man?
This ain't no weekend. I don't
Jimmy
know.
Butler is a peak troll for him getting those hair extensions just for him to then ball out in the playoffs. So we have to talk about him longer to see that every single time. That's peak troll right there, bro. Better troll than Mars.
Jimmy Butler's just not that guy, really, but it's fine. I don't know why to talk about him that much, but it's fine.
Better troll than Mars, man. He's a better troll than Mars.
Let's read some super chats, man.
Yeah, good. Thank you, Mars. Thank
There
you.
we go.
A pimp named Slickback said, also, I don't want to hear any excuses for KD's legacy. KD ran to BK and jumped ship. Now you're in Phoenix. There's nowhere to run anymore, pal.
He under contract for 3 more
He
years.
might as well go to
He ain't
Houston
going
and play with Jalen Green, man.
He ain't going
If he wants to win, if he wants to win, that's what he should do.
No, I mean he should go. Well, Austin Rivers. I mean Austin Reeves is better than Jalen Green. So.
Y'all acting like KD ain't that guy though. Like he him, bro.
He him at what?
Transfer portal.
He's a male. What do you mean? He's
He's one of the best players in the world, bro.
Oh yeah, he's one of the best.
Discussing his pronouns.
I think KD is top two.
He is him.
He's top what? You think KD's what?
He's top two.
Low. Troll
Oh,
alert. You troll alert. What you doing, low? Focus.
Wait, so KD being the
Hold on. Chill. You got
Mook.
How the hell he can't be a top two player in the world, bro?
Mook, you just started
Why
the
can't he
conversation.
be a top two player in the world?
Elite
Is that what you
scorer,
just
bro.
asked?
He's a elite
Yo, we
scorer,
moving
bro.
on. We moving on.
We're not doing that.
Christopher D said these Europeans love embarrassing the Suns in the playoffs. First Giannis, then Luka, and now Jokic. When does it stop?
It doesn't.
It
Never.
won't, actually. That's a problem.
Alperen Sengun next year.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
He said something.
Is he better than Wing, you know?
Better than who?
Wing Gabriel.
God forbid. What are we doing? Let's not.
Yeah, that is right. Whatever. He actually play defense.
Omar Hansen said, despite age, who you taking, Aiden or Gobert?
I'll take
For what team?
Gobert.
For what
I'll
team?
take Gobert.
That is true. For no, actually, still probably just take Gobert regardless. Actually,
Gobert.
I'll take Gobert.
What are my intentions?
Doesn't Gobert make like 37 million? Like,
Houston.
If I'm Houston, neither. Because I'm getting Wemby. If I'm the Pacers, I'm taking Aiden. But if I'm like,
Why? They're not getting Winging. They're getting Thompson.
no.
The dude who played against a bunch of high school kids.
First of all, no one in the top 5 should get any one of them dudes. Let's get that.
That's what they're going to do.
Yeah. That's
you don't think either of them should go top 5?
No, hell no.
Damn. Because of the comp.
Yes.
Yeah, they play high
There's
school.
no way you're 20 years-
But Jokic can be an all-time conversation. All right, whatever. That's fine. Let's move on. You guys just cooked yourselves. It's fine.
Oscar
Not
Proud
gonna say that,
Jr.
but-
said, KD played bad, yeah, but anyone who knows Nuggets, anybody who knows Nuggets was a better team, so the KD set unrealistic expectations. When did KD have a fully healthy team?
Give me a break.
2016, he had a fully healthy team.
Excuses.
I'm not trying to hear that.
KD
Nah.
underperformed.
2022, he had a fully
KD
healthy
underperformed. I didn't expect him to win, but I did expect him to like shoot better from the field and from the three in the series. And like Christian Brown was defending him, and Aaron Gordon. I'm like, that's not good enough.
Why did you expect him to shoot better from three?
From three, 22%. I expect him to at least do 33, what he normally does.
When you look at
not
KD,
38.
when
You
you look at KD in the playoffs when he doesn't have the elite creation for him from free,
it's 33%. It is 33%.
He's had those series where he's like 26. Like,
It's
pretty common.
But
this is the point.
thing,
Cats are literally spending money to make up more excuses for Kevin.
Right. So you talking about when is he at a fully healthy team? Oscar, are you forgetting that he got on that crew injured? Did you forget that part?
His first season,
You gonna leave that part out? That's important to mention that.
Hold on, was his team in Brooklyn was healthy last year? Because they told me they had Kyrie Irving. Like,
yeah, they were healthy.
Another deep postseason run. That's what they told me.
They got swept in the first.
And they got swept.
Wasn't last year when Kyrie was a part-time player because of the vaccine? Was that?
Yeah, he was back.
Nobody was saying that when he went for 38 in game one. Nobody was saying that when they played against Boston. I think he went for 38 in game one. So I'm not trying to hear that logic.
See, last year my predictions were on point.
You dudes think that I don't mean you guys specifically, but I hear from you dudes all the time when you think you could just throw dudes on the crew and it's just gonna work.
Yeah,
it's evidence that no, it's not.
You need some chemistry. You need some continuity.
So, do you think the Lakers are gonna work this year?
Well, you know how. Where do I have the Lakers at?
Well, you said second round, but considering
so
you still think they lose this series?
So you think they blow a 3-1 lead?
I'm standing on where I'm
your
at.
GOAT is going to blow a 3-1 lead
until somebody bounces the Golden State Warriors. They are the favorites in the West.
So you have your GOAT.
I'm gonna say it one more time for the quick
question.
Just yes or no, chill. Your GOAT is going to blow a 3-1 lead.
You believe he's going to blow a 3-1 lead?
Hold on, so Mars, you got
no way, chill.
Hold on, Mars,
you have the Lakers in the conference finals.
You think your GOAT is going to blow a 3-1 lead, chill?
The difference is they brought KD over as a
you think the Lakers close out?
The Lakers got role players in the trade. As opposed to where the Phoenix Suns
gave up role players to get a star.
They got a star. So now he got to mesh with the whole team, where as opposed to guys that aren't supposed to be their star players.
I just want to stay.
Chill losing either way. It don't matter. You're cooked, Chill.
All right, so moving along. God Serena said, "Get ready for Game 7 at Golden State. LA Frauds, aka the Lakers, going home on the Sunday. Put that in your pipe and smoke it."
Chill, how do you feel about
Wiggins
that?
having a fractured rib cage.
Chill. How do you feel about that? Chill. How you feel about that, man?
I don't see James blowing a 3-1 lead.
Do you think it goes to 7? Do you think it goes to 7? Or do you think they get it done?
It don't matter. He ain't blowing a 3-1 lead now. He gonna leave out here with something, Mars. He ain't gonna blow no 3-1 lead.
I mean, if he's your GOAT, he can't blow.
We're bringing all the stars out to LA tonight, man. We're not losing in that building.
I mean, yeah, Wiggins has a fractured rib cage. He's like,
hey, and he got a concussion, bro.
Yeah, but Golden State are done. Wiggins is better than AD.
CPZ the GOAT said, "This lengthy, but it cost me a dub, so who cares?" First off, shout out my boy Marks. They gave him 2 for none. KD is a top scorer of all time. Stop disrespecting. Y'all disrespect KD for making Carter moves.
Career moves.
For
making career moves. Just because you make a career move don't mean it's not dumb.
He should have stayed in Brooklyn in all honesty.
Right. Just because
should have stayed in Golden State. Should have stayed
in
Brooklyn. Or he should have stayed in Golden State. Or he should have stayed in OKC.
That's where he should have stayed at. There was no reason to go to Brooklyn.
Yeah,
because if you ever went to Golden State,
there was no reason to go to Brooklyn.
He could have stayed in OKC. Actually,
that's what I'm saying, Mark. That's what I'm saying, Lo. If you're gonna go to Brooklyn, you could have just stayed in OKC.
You should have stayed in Golden State.
Am I bugging? But is like to chat. I'm sorry. Outside of his move to Golden State, isn't every move that he's made like a worse move? Like right now, if he just stayed in OKC, the way that I think that's a well-ran franchise, more or less, he'd probably be in a better situation. If he had stayed in Brooklyn, Would that not be a better situation that right now?
Yes.
You have better floor spacing. Him and Kyrie would still be there. Nick Claxton, a defensive
Better point of
five.
attack defenders.
You mean a better situation?
The whole
So he just panics. He just panics and makes sporadic
He's panicking way too earlier. I mean, that's
He-
what I
he
wanted.
panicking.
I want to delve up here so I can ask why is he panicking so much.
He just panicking and be like, I gotta get it back.
But y'all,
OKC
hold on,
is wrong,
bro. A couple
OKC
years ago,
thing
y'all
is
had
wrong,
him as the
bro.
best player in the world. So
I don't
that's
mean by that. I think
OKC thing because they weren't this well-ran team back when he was there. It was different. Y'all forget what the climate was like in OKC when he was there. Scott Brooks was the coach, and he was making terrible decisions.
Scott Brooks wasn't the coach anymore.
It was Billy Donovan.
Billy Donovan.
In his last year.
Billy Donovan was terrible when he got to OKC.
They wanted his head on the platter too. I'm sorry, I got the coaches wrong, but still, the coaching was not what Kevin Durant wanted. The roster wasn't constructed to actually do something when they needed it to. When they needed him to. After the finals run, you had them getting hurt. You had KD getting hurt. You had Russ get hurt, then KD get hurt, or vice versa.
Yeah.
And then they blow a 3-1 lead, and the trust was gone.
Okay.
I believe he should have left. And in that offseason, they tried to make the moves where they got Victor Oladipo.
They would have added Oladipo and Horford. They would have added Horford.
You know what? I forget they would have added Horford because
Horford. Yeah.
I give you that one. I do think
that team.
That's a different team. That's a different team.
Yes.
I do forget about that. But even without that, I still see him leaving OKC. He just didn't have to go to Golden State.
Oh no, I get him leaving.
He could have went to the Raptors. I think he could have went to the Raptors.
That unit that they built around him, though,
DeMar
Damo,
DeRozan?
Right.
With DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan ain't sitting in that press conference saying, "Hey, we would have won if we had LeBron." If they had Kevin Durant,
that unit that they built around him, that unit that was in Oklahoma City, that was in the West Finals 3 times in 5 years, that unit was built entirely around Kevin Durant. That was a damn good team. That was a damn good team. That was a damn good team that they built around him. Man. With Ibaka, with James Harden.
KD is not that guy.
With Westbrook. That was a damn good team that they built around him. 100%.
And just imagine them having. They would have had Sabonis coming off the bench. I'm not
saying
that team.
Going into 2017, it would have been a lot different.
KD, there was nothing wrong with you going to Golden State. I know these people hate on you.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is, looking back at his career outside of going to Golden State, bro, it's been a lot of like. I'm sorry, Ron. I'm going to let you go, but it's been just a lot of it's been a lot of bad decisions. Going to Brooklyn was a bad decision. Going here was a bad decision. Even if you compare it to just where he was in OKC, like you could have just stayed in OKC if this is how it was going to end up ending. Like that's crazy.
And especially decision making in Brooklyn as well. Like
I can agree with the bad decision, but I understand why he felt he had to leave Golden State.
Oh no, I get it.
That's what my thing is. Like I
don't understand why did you don't go to Miami? Go to Miami, bro. You go to a well-ran organization.
Just not a number one, bro. He's just not a number one.
He won't have to be a number one.
Superchats. There we go. Thank you.
Julius Irving.
Damn, 100 of them?
Said thanks ticket for low wildin'. Said thanks ticket for calling Chill out on that Kobe disrespect. Chill, you have to reconsider your position on Kobe. That man's death made the world stop, literally. That's the definition of true greatness.
He didn't disrespect Kobe. He was listing players over KD. He said Kareem. He said Kareem right before he said Kobe's name. And he doesn't have Kareem outside the top 10. So he wasn't disrespecting.
Where you have Kobe ranked all time?
11.
Yo, we can't do this
right
now.
Man, come on, Chill.
Mookie, we can't.
No, I never heard him saying that, bro.
Yes, you have. You're trolling.
Mookie. We have all off season for you to cook Chill. If that's what you want to do, we got all off season.
We have 102 super chats right now.
Come on.
Let's get 103. Another one just came in. Souls and Sage said Tatum over KD in 2023. Let's talk about
that's mid versus mid.
Let's not talk about that.
It's a mid off.
Jason Tatum's got to beat the Jalen Brown allegations.
Facts. And the Jalen Green.
Facts.
Jay Bauman said, washed. Stop it. Overreacting. How long the Suns together? Keep that same energy next year. Great show.
Who was washed?
What?
Oh, no.
KD.
Hey, I thought you meant Chris Paul.
You're talking about next year. Okay, so next year KD will be a year older. Next year he'll be a year older. What are they going to do with this crew? Because it's not like they got a lot of flexibility, because they don't in terms of salary cap and money. They don't have a lot of flexibility. So what are they going to do to improve this unit?
They're going to trade Chris Paul. They're going to trade DeAndre Ayton.
And I'm glad you brought that. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up, Mars, because the word is that Chris Paul is on the block. What is his trade value? What is Chris Paul's
They say
trade
that
value?
the Lakers
today?
are the favorites to get Chris Paul.
Maybe
Oh,
a Jalen
my
Jalen
God.
Green.
Oh.
Would you
Sengun.
want Chilton? Would you want the Lakers to get Chris Paul on your Lakers?
On my
No,
Lakers? I'm
no,
not a Lakers fan,
no.
number one. But
Oh, I thought you.
I don't.
He's a LeBron fan.
Oh, dang.
Chris Paul for DeMar DeRozan. Chris Paul for DeMar DeRozan.
In Chicago?
For D'Lo?
You know what's so crazy? Chicago would do that in a heartbeat. That's a crazy part.
Chris Paul for DeMar DeRozan. Then you have
Chicago would
Chris
actually do
Paul
that.
getting the ball to Zach LaVine, and then Lonzo Ball in 2 years. Like, it's nice.
They would actually Chicago would actually do that in a heartbeat to get off that contract.
There you go. See, I'm making you a GM.
All right, moving along. A pimp named Slickback said Ticket is right about the Aiden thing. Same thing happened to Bridges. CP3 just had him as a 3-and-D guy when Mikal can create on offense.
Yes, he can. I mean, he was their third leading scorer. He was 17 a game.
Yeah, they don't actually give Aiden the proper touches that he needs to, bro.
Why are they saying Chris Paul?
Really
They act
don't.
like Monty Williams isn't the coach of that team.
They shouldn't.
They don't play as fast now because Chris Paul is older. So I mean, they may need to get something younger. And the word is Van Fleet is in the conversation for Chris Paul, which I hate.
Jesus Christ!
Damn.
Mid on mid. We're trading
Amok-
mid for mid, boy.
Amok Sinister said KD, the only player I know that gets traded mid-season to a team and plays 8 games and is expected to win a chip first season.
No one
I
expect.
agree.
No, I don't think anyone up here had Phoenix winning the championship.
Not us, except for Dell.
No.
Not us, but there were some.
No, he still had Golden State winning
It was
the
the large.
championship. No one had
majority of
Phoenix
fans,
winning.
the Suns
But
fans.
there were some analysts who thought they were definitely gonna get out this.
Yeah.
series.
Which is nuts to me, Lo. It was people that was really saying that on TV.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like,
Those,
are
I
you
mean,
not-
there
are
was
you
some
being
people up
serious?
here who also say you don't get the Nuggets series. Those people are weird.
And what's pitiful about that though?
They're
to
probably
me is
trolling.
like just because I didn't have the Suns winning the championship, that means I can't critique them for not winning it.
Right.
If you didn't expect them to win it, when they don't win it, why are you surprised?
I'm not surprised. I'm critiquing KD for playing like shit.
Yeah, that's a different thing than critiquing them for not winning.
But did he?
I gotta critique him for not winning.
But did he
If
play?
lose, I gotta
Did
say
he play as
something
good
about
as you
it.
thought he was gonna play?
But you thought he was gonna lose.
No.
Did he
So
play as good?
now what I'm saying was, if I know you're gonna lose and you lose, I'm
If
gonna talk
Kawhi
about
didn't
how
get
you
hurt in
lost.
the first round, they did.
It doesn't really. I'm not
first
surprised
round
by KD playing how he played. It doesn't
we're
really-
Oh, so you're not surprised that KD played that poorly?
No. I don't expect these all-time great performances from KD like other people do.
Not
I'm
all
not
time,
surprised.
bro. That was like fringe. That was fringe all NBA. What are we talking about now?
Yeah, I'm still not surprised.
We talking about playing to your standard that you.
I'm
played
not
in
surprised.
regular
I'm not.
season.
Yeah, I don't expect him to do that though. I don't.
Do you expect him to be a fringe all NBA player in the playoffs?
I expect him to not shoot the free very well when he doesn't have elite creation for him. And I expect him to struggle against physicality and have the same ball handling flaws I said he's had for years. I expect that. So when he does do those things, I don't get surprised by
You
it.
thought Christian Brown was enough physicality for him to struggle?
Not only that, when
Aaron Gordon was Christian Brown? No,
What?
but Aaron Gordon, yeah.
What about KCP?
No, I expect him to be able to shoot over the top of KCP. I expect him to do
Which
that.
he didn't do. So.
Well, he shot over them and just missed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Moving
the
along
shot
to the
box.
next
got
super
plucked.
chat. Ant Talks Hoop said KD need to try to transition his game into a similar style to Dirk. He has the height and shooting ability to do it. He's not athletic like
Facts. I saw Bull Don't Stop say that yesterday.
And and you see what I said? You see what I said? You see what I said?
Let's go to the next super chat, please.
He does not have the shooting ability to pull that off.
There we go. Facts. Bull Don't
He
Stop,
doesn't have
man.
the
Shout
shooting
out to you, man. Bull
Dom
Don't
ain't
Stop.
entertaining that. Dom is like, no, we're not doing
Man,
that.
we bringing up ball don't stop, bro. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
I saw Bull Don't. I told you I'd be looking up Bull Don't Stop
Yeah,
tweets
but he
after.
doesn't have the shooting ability, Mars. Come on.
Dirk's
Yo.
better shooter than KD.
Low.
Yes.
I have a super chat directed strictly for you.
Come on, now, Mars.
T Wit 2 times said Low said that KD's top 20 now. Ticket looked like you wasn't crazy to have him at 27. Tell Low to apologize. Hashtag put that in your pipe and smoke it. Low,
KD doesn't move
get an
down for
apology?
doing. No, KD doesn't move down for something that I expected him to do. So no.
No one on the planet can name 26 people over KD all time.
And neither could Ticket. He tried, and he
We already been over this.
Yeah,
We
yes,
got it on tape.
He still looks crazy for saying KD is 27. Like,
Yeah, we got it on
shush.
tape.
Yeah.
He got stopped. I think he got stopped at 18. He was done.
And he
Hey,
started,
hey,
he started
you
reaching
got-
for
you
Kevin
got
McHale.
Havlicek
And,
for KD?
Yes.
like, it was bad.
Aren't you?
Say it again.
You got to have a check over KD.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Havlicek over KD.
No, we've had this conversation too many times.
Hold on. Why?
Oh, you don't? Okay, you don't. He doesn't. He doesn't.
No, I don't. I gotta have a check at 20.
Chill, hey, chill. You should have trolled them the way they would do you.
Yeah, I should have been like, yeah, I do.
Right.
And you know, and Chill can get away with a crazy troll because I genuinely believe everything he says. So if you were trolling right there, I genuinely believe.
I don't. I don't have.
Hey,
I don't
you
have.
know how they be playing around with your blood pressure?
For
Hey,
real.
you should have had them go see that.
I should have had it.
tomorrow.
But if you think about Havlicek over KD isn't crazy.
All right, let's go, Mark.
We got super chats.
Ron.
If you think about it,
Jay said, "No way, I'm firing Jones. I've been following the Suns for 30 years, and we finally have a competent GM again. One mistake is not a fireable offense."
Fair.
There's more than one mistake, but
we don't even gotta go there. It's okay.
I mean, didn't they kind of have to trade for KD though?
I don't know, but we
because of the owner. Sure, but
well, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, yeah, like a lot of cats say if you're the GM and you got a chance to get one of the top 5, games,
7.
How y'all saying obviously a top 10 all-time player. I mean, top 20 all-time player. I'm sorry.
Well,
a lot of y'all saying that. So I'm like, don't you, as a GM, don't you kind of have to pull the trigger? Like, nah, bring him over here.
No.
Okay.
All right.
I wouldn't have done it, but.
Yeah, on to my 93rd super chat. Grande Jones said, Suns gave up Cam and Bridges. Do y'all think they beat the Nuggets with them instead? They couldn't beat Luka with those guys.
Nope. I would just be on here talking shit about Devin Booker instead of Kevin Durant right now.
Judah Man said, which would be a better finals? A finals rematch? Warriors versus Celtics or Jokic versus Embiid?
Jokic and Embiid. I don't need to see Tatum again.
I don't need to see the Warriors in the finals again. I'm sorry.
Well, that's what I want to see. Philly versus the Nuggets.
I want to see.
So we got to cement this once and for all.
Rivers was one of the best coaches in NBA history. I agree.
That boy Doc in the finals. Oh man.
Yo, Eddie P said, all I want to say is I better not ever hear Kobe and Booker comparisons again. I want y'all to remember this game.
Man, Kobe's had bad games as well.
Yeah, Kobe's had bad playoff games.
This game isn't the reason they shouldn't be comparisons.
Yeah, there's a bunch. There's way more.
It just should have never came to this to begin.
I agree. It should have never came to that.
Defensive playmaking alone.
But y'all watch next season around early December. Ryan gonna be up here talking about it. I'm trying to tell y'all.
I'm gonna be hyping Devin Booker. I'm gonna be hyping Devin Booker.
I'm Mamba mentality.
Hey, I've never compared. Bro, come on. You know I've never compared Devin Booker to Kobe. Look, I ain't never compared nobody to Kobe but Jordan. I don't even compare Kobe to Kobe. That's how sacred grounds that is. Come on, bro. I would never do that. Obey Lou said, you forgot KD tore his Achilles? He lost a step. If you notice, he's not blowing by his man anymore. He's settling for way too many J's. Is KD washed?
That's the point I've been making.
That's the reason why we say that
for over a year. I've been saying
that's the
that.
reason why. Yeah.
And yes, he's washed the same way LeBron James is washed. They're both washed.
There we go. Troll Mars still here.
Donovan Samuel said, Suns gave up too much to acquire KD. We all saw this from a mile away. Not enough depth.
Indeed. They would not have won regardless.
Everybody talking about you're a hater, bro. They got enough. Nah,
no, they don't.
You can't give up the whole bench.
Lonnie Williams said Miami has lost 10 straight when Scott Foster officiates. Y'all think he eventually going to get his own E30?
Probably so.
Is he officiating tonight?
I think that's why he brought it up.
Julius Randle over 25.
The Julius Foulius game. The Julius Randle having a great game right now would be insane.
He's a big game player. He's a big game player. You're gonna see. I told you, he's the only player in NBA history who's never lost in the playoffs when he plays well. 2-0.
Julius going over. He's at least scoring 28.
Facts.
Speaking of history, Black Like History said Doc Rivers will get the job done in Boston. JoJo will get 40 in Boston.
Don't doubt Glenn Rivers, man. Don't doubt him. He's showing you he can get it done in the biggest moments.
Another a blown 3-2 lead. Love it.
Taquay White said Devin Booker in closeout losses. 2021, 19, 5, and 3, and 6 turnovers on 8 for 22 and 0 for 6 from 3. 2022, 11 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds on 3 for 14 and 0 for 4 from 3. 4 turnovers. 2023, 12, 8, and 1 on 4 for 13 and 1 for 3 from 3. This man booked the Avatar.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. Happens to the best of us.
Laundry.
Just steps to success. That's all it is.
Not Jokic.
Yeah, we'll see next round.
I got one for you, Chill. I got one. Kid Arcane said, if Jamal Murray is a modern day Stockton, certified Jokic merchant, that offense looks so bad when Murray leads it.
What do you? Even I'm not going to entertain that. Even I'm not going to entertain that. I mean, Jesus, the disrespect to Jamal Murray is crazy.
Troll alert! I agree. I mean,
troll alert!
Oh fuck yeah!
X0 said 10 for Narrative Mars.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I try.
Jose Rose said in ABP on Dale Durant is nasty work when he was selling ticket to make sure he was on PC screaming if Tatum folded. Duck and smoke from that KD pack.
Mars, you might be a narrative merchant, by the way, since we're on that subject.
He is.
100.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
But behind closed doors, he'll actually talk hoops. But in front of a camera, he's a narrative merchant.
Unless I'm on my channel, I talk hoops over there too. Shout out to me. There we go.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Hey, you guys like the narratives, so that's what we doing. I just bring what you guys enjoy. 2.7K people in there. Like
Mars, a man of the people.
I'm a content creator.
When is the lottery?
This I think it's next week.
It's next week. I think.
Yeah, I think it's next Tuesday.
Wait for that.
Hey,
we
got the Pistons. The Pistons.
When we get the number one pick, I'm gonna be unbearable.
The Pistons, man. The Pistons, man.
They ain't getting 2 number 1 picks in 3 years.
Come on now.
They're not getting.
Cleveland did it.
Yeah, but that's because they were trying to set up LeBron James comeback. They were just cheating. Yeah, so
the narrative merchant that we talk.
Yeah, they be cheating. Yeah, they be cheating for LeBron James.
I can get with that.
There we go.
Zero just vibing said low. His career is already over. That's the difference.
John Stockton. That's why he's in the all-time conversations. You have to wait for Jokic is done.
No.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Cool G said, can Joker win a finals game before y'all name him the best center ever?
Who named him that?
Even if he wins a finals game, he would not be the best center ever.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's not happening.
No,
unfortunately.
Him winning a finals game. Actually, I don't think he'll ever be the best center ever.
I mean, yeah, because Bill Russell's won more than.
All right, Ron, let's go. Ron.
46 finals games. So yeah, it's kind of hard to catch that.
Jay Nutty said, "Low, relax with these nasty narrative takes before I put them ATL water boys on you." No cap.
Damn.
Damn, bro.
He don't know I'm the ringleader.
He give him the water. Who you get the water from?
I steal it.
Oh my god.
Maul C go crazy said, y'all so nasty with KD. Chemistry and continuity matter. The Suns role players were god awful. Let's just be objective and use context.
Well, tell him to stay.
Has been hurt.
Tell him to stay then.
I mean, KD said it yesterday. If he uses context, it will be used as an excuse, and that's what it is. We don't do excuses around here.
How you gonna tell us that you worry about chemistry and continuity when he's the one who keep bouncing around? Tell him to stay then. Damn. Like, what in the world? God damn.
Sound like that's another excuse, like Bob said.
Jesus.
Angie Carr said, at this point, KD could sign with the Avengers and still get bounced in the second round. He got a better chance of signing with Mahomes and the Chiefs.
No, if he signed with Avengers, he'll win the ring like he did with Steph. So
I'm one of the finals MVPs. Let's not forget that. I'm one of those finals MVPs. That was the best
transfer portal. Transfer portal.
You guys just seem to forget that KD was a 2-time finals MVP. All of a sudden, it just doesn't matter. It's well.
It don't mean shit.
Steph's team.
Yeah, I remember the conversations in 2018. There weren't people saying Steph was the best player on the team, but now 5 years later, all of a sudden, Steph was winning.
It don't mean shit to me.
Revisionist history is crazy.
Did y'all hear Mars take that Jalen Green is the next Michael Jordan?
Mars, you said that?
What's wrong with that?
You said that, Mars?
He's Michael Jordan with a 3-point shot.
Is he?
He's just as athletic. He can shoot the three.
Right.
If you compare Michael Jordan as a rookie to Jalen Green as a rookie,
I
don't see the difference. I'm sorry.
Where's the production at, Mars?
He's in a situation that isn't. He had Steven Silas as his coach.
Last time I checked, the Bulls were garbage when Jay got on the unit.
Because he doesn't impact winning. That's why. Because he didn't impact winning.
Chill. He said Jalen Green and Michael Jordan.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry.
You gotta say it out loud.
No, Dub. There's your clip right there.
See, you guys are thinking about what Michael Jordan became, not what he was. What he was.
Chill. It's Jalen Green and Michael Jordan. Just say it out loud, and then it puts in a retrospect.
Right.
Okay. Some things ain't worth it.
It ain't, and this one isn't. You're right. My fault, Damo. I apologize.
I've never even said that, by the way. Lo just made that.
Drink more water said Devin Booker in elimination games went down in the series. Game 6 in the 2021 finals versus Milwaukee, 19-3-5 on 41% true shooting percentage. Game 7 in 2022 semifinals against Dallas, 11-3-2 on 33% true shooting percentage. Game 6 in 2023 semis versus Denver, 12-1-8 on 41% true shooting.
Is it me or this that's different to the first guy's stats?
No, that's what that was facing elimination, and
it's the same. Those are the same numbers he put. It's assist numbers that are flipped. Because I think on that last one he put 1 and 8 instead of 8 and 1.
Okay, I don't remember. I thought he had. Okay, I'm okay.
DJ's World said, "Who's the better player and should have ranked higher? Rodman, Draymond, or Ben Wallace?"
Draymond's better than both of them. Then it's Rodman, then Ben Wallace.
No, it's not. It's Draymond, Ben Wallace, then it's Rodman.
As long as Draymond's best.
Damo? Draymond, Rodman, Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace. I'm not gonna play with y'all.
Actually, I don't know. Is Draymond number 1? I don't know.
Draymond's definitely number 1 though. Yeah, Draymond is number 1.
Yeah, I don't know about 2 and 3.
The other two kind of a toss up.
Yeah, I'll take Jalen Green though.
Jay said, y'all are acting like play styles don't exist. Not everyone has to be a passer / playmaker. They have a position for that, a point guard.
Not every point guard has to be that. You just cooked yourself. Like, what? If you just said not everyone has to do it, then why are you going to tell me my point guard has to do it? Like, shush.
Silly.
Yeah, you just... Terrible super chat. What the... All right. And these are the people that think they can cook us. Like, what are you guys doing? You guys embarrass yourself sometimes.
Sauce Man said, Joker, with all that playmaking, not outplaying Hakeem. On
offense, head to head. That's what he's saying. Because Hakeem would be guarding Jokic, and he's a superior.
That's the defense. That's why.
So once again, you guys be embarrassing yourselves. Just
she would be.
Like, you guys just embarrass.
No, it's not really embarrassing. It's just like in order for us to talk, a lot of times y'all make it to where we can only talk about this person's offense and this person's offense. So if we're talking about basketball, they're playing against each other. Yeah, Hakeem is tearing Jokic up.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
He's a far superior basketball player.
Defender,
and that's why I'm like, yeah, okay, we could talk about it, but it don't really matter who's this person's an offensive list. Yeah, but we don't only play offense; we play basketball.
Yeah, okay. So then fine. We'll never have a conversation about who's the best passer, shooter, rebounder. Like that's fine.
We can have conversation.
You don't always gotta do that, but don't act like that.
That's literally what your argument is.
Don't do that, Law.
That's literally your argument.
I'll have any conversation you want to, though. I swear I will. All I'm saying is, I understand when a conversation don't really mean shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'll still do it with you.
All right, cool. All right.
You my guy, though. I could do
when we have conversations about who's the best defender, that means it doesn't mean anything because we got to talk about all around player.
We got 52 super chats, guys.
Exactly, Law.
52 super chats, guys.
That's okay, Mars. You trolled for 15 minutes straight. Now we have
15 minutes straight.
He did.
Sit back, brother. You okay?
I ain't never trolled.
He did troll.
I'm gonna be dropping a poll here pretty soon. It's gonna say, is Mars a troll? Yes or no? Let's just get down to the bottom of this.
A great nickname. Shout out to the chat.
I am Steven Allen said, why y'all keep blaming Aiden? 3rd and 4th option.
Because
if you play bad, you play bad. Like,
yeah, we're assessing him as a ball player.
Exactly.
And you going off him being a 3rd or 4th option. That's just him scoring the basketball. You're not going off him being a 3rd or 4th option in totality. You completely taking all that other stuff off the table.
Moving along, Man Lim said, Joker has averaged 30 in 3 straight playoff runs. If this continues, Dream and Shaq being better scorers will come into question, especially if he goes 7 or 8 years scoring 30 in the playoffs.
Has averaged 30 in 3 straight playoff games.
No, so 2021 he averaged 30, 2022 he averaged 30, and this year he's averaging 30. It's 5 series sample size, by the way. So
that's a fair statement, though. That is fair. Like,
it's a 5 series sample size, so it's not me.
Mars, let him acknowledge this. Jesus, it's not Mars.
It's a 5 series. But
Mars, let him acknowledge it. All right. Fine. Nobody talk about those small Jalen Green sample size and Jabari Parker. Come on.
Jabari Parker.
I mean, not. Oh man.
Jabari. You mean Trevor Ariza? That's what you mean. You mean Trevor Ariza?
Oh no, he like mellow at the end.
Jalen Green doesn't have a bag. Okay, we're lying. Whatever.
Does Jalen Green have a bag, Mars? Yes or no?
100%.
No, he does not. He's a run and dunk merchant.
That's crazy. Okay.
He's a run and dunk.
Jalen Cole. He gonna be top 10 in the NBA in the next couple seasons.
What?
How is he not already? Whatever. Okay. Whatever.
He's a run and dunk merchant, man.
Come on, Mars. I love Jalen Green.
Mars, you do not think Jalen Green is a top 10 player in the game today. You don't believe that.
Since he was a junior in high school, bro. So
you don't believe that he has an argument to be a top 10 player in the NBA today. You don't believe that.
Cool.
You don't believe that. No, you don't.
I don't want any of you guys to act like you were on this Jalen Green train before when he actually starts showing you guys.
When he becomes that, that's one thing. But in May of 2023, there is no question that Jalen Green is not a top 10 player. No, he is not. He does not have an argument to be a top 10 player.
Is that Jalen singing in his profile pic?
Yeah, he's a rapper. He's a rapper.
He's singing. He's a singer.
Oh, he's a singer.
Oh, he's a rapper.
Never seen
He's a rapper.
Videos
his rap name is I think it's Kendrick Lamar. I think I could be.
So Ron, what is this? What does it say, Ron? What does it say?
How many players have peaked in the regular season like Jokic these past 3 years in NBA history? I can't list 15, possibly not even 10 players.
Well, we've already had that discussion that Joker has a top 10
regular season. Yeah, I guess. That's how you gauge players regular season. I mean, who cares?
I mean, does the regular season no matter?
No, when we talking about chips.
Okay, fair enough.
Hey, but Mars, just to go back though, I'm with you on this Jalen Green. I've been with Jalen Green since before he got the prolific prep. When he was a junior in high school, I would say give him 7 years and he's gonna be top 5 in the NBA. It might take a couple more years, but
no, it won't. I like the way you think, and
Ron, keep that, Ron. No, Ron, keep that up.
I'm tired of people who don't watch the Houston Rockets telling me about who's good on the Houston Rockets. You guys don't watch them play, and you're gonna tell me who the best player on the team is. You don't know.
Is better than him. Stop.
You guys just watch highlights and throw behind the back.
He's a way better passer and playmaker than him. He's a better offensive player.
You guys don't watch
what I'm doing. What I'm gonna start doing, Mars. I'm gonna start watching. That's how I find out about guys like Herb Jones. That's how I find out about guys like CJ McCullough. Because I'm gonna start watching Houston. I'm gonna start watching Houston more.
Thank you, because
chill. He got the goods. Absolutely.
I'm gonna start watching Houston more.
No doubt about it. He got the goods.
People don't watch Houston play and then want to make nonsense statements like that. St. Green is not better.
Think about it, Jabari. The way he ended the season, he might.
Mars, you just said that. You just said that.
Come on, man. Jabari ain't got nothing for Jalen Green.
The way he ended the season, he definitely looked like he might be able to. He only 19.
Jabari isn't even a top 3 player on the team, so we can stop that.
Yeah, okay, because he hit the rookie wall because he had ball hogs like Jalen Green on his team, bro.
And Kevin Porter, who don't pass at all.
Facts.
Yeah, but Kevin Porter's not good either.
Yeah, I know Jalen,
and he's still better than Jabari.
That doesn't take away from the fact that he doesn't pass because he is the primary ball handler on that unit.
Yep. Yeah, which is why when we get Scoot Henderson, if we don't get Wemby, we'll be fine.
Which he'll involve Jabari Parker more in the offense.
Jabari
Smith. Is that fair?
Yeah, he'll involve him.
Jabari Smith.
So Ime Udoka being there will just involve Jabari Smith more because Steven
Jabari
Silas,
Smith,
by his own admission, said he doesn't run plays for him.
I'm gonna be honest with you, that right there will be a great trio. Scoot, Jabari Smith, and Segun. Jalen Green needs to be traded. Like I don't know, he's a ball hog.
All right, y'all. Moving along. To Quay Wright said in legitimately every aspect statistically, Jokic is better than Hakeem in the playoffs. Better shooter, better offensive rebounder, better passer. I don't know how Hakeem can be better offensively solely on post scoring. This is dumb, Bob.
Watch the game with your eyes. Watch the game with your eyes.
That was a what you call it? That was a mook.
Yeah, just watch the game with your eyes and
Shout out to second greatest defender all time though. Shout out to Hakeem.
Best in modern era.
McDoob sent a super chat and said, "Lo, you can get your point across without being condescending."
Sadly, I can't.
You are kind of a jack off, Lo.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, you are. You are kind of a jack off.
I ain't never heard that phrase used in that context.
You are. You do have a little bit of.
You gotta put that on my chillisms, man.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard that one, man.
I ain't never heard that one before, but I'm a bit too young.
Almighty Lambo said, "Question for Lukey. Did you guys actually look up Jokic playoff versus regular season efficiency numbers in 2020 before you made that blatantly wrong statement?"
Oh wow. Oh, well, you can go to the next one. I'll look it up real quick. I thought it dropped, but maybe.
I don't think it drops in 2020.
Oh man, so Lukey was just talking. Wow,
Yo,
that's crazy.
Lukey's nuts.
That's crazy. So he was just talking.
Donovan Samuel.
Oh,
said,
he
JT
did it. It actually rose. He's talking. Oh man, Lukey. That's tough.
No way y'all call him Brett Lukey.
That's what the chat said.
I'm not letting that get off. I ain't doing my man like that. Donovan Samuel said JT tried to point shade for Philly and they still lost. Philly lost out on a golden opportunity.
They did. They had.
We want to send them home in Game 7 at Boston. That's what we want to do. So,
you know why they lost out? Because they're bums.
Okay. Bunch of bums.
They're going to be
bums because he's a bum. Because he's a bum.
That's why. Shit, I need to give Tyrese Maxey the ball and get out the way.
Because he's a bum. That's funny, yo.
Kid Arcane said, Ron refused to read my super chat. A Jamal Murray defender plus ill host. Got it.
Damn.
Hey, what's the Western Conference award that goes to the best player that has performed up to that point?
It's Magic. It's Magic
Award. Yeah, Jamal Murray gonna get that. But Jamal Murray defender. NBA Lanny said Ox and Chill.
Ron is chalked.
Ox and Chill with Maxey hypothetically being the lead guard. You think with defenses keying in on him, he'd still do what he's doing now? In my opinion, no.
I didn't say that.
But do you think though? But
I didn't say he should be the lead guard. I don't know if he has those capabilities of being the lead guard. I think they should probably get another point guard type player, let him be off the ball.
Oh, so you agree he should stay off ball though?
Yeah, I wasn't saying that he should be the point guard. I was saying, do you think that maybe they should kind of let him operate the offense, operate him being the first option, and Joel Embiid, because Joel Embiid still gonna
get that's what he was saying. That's what he was
saying. I don't know why we spoke about it.
Joel's still gonna get his.
So how is he? So he's an off ball first option. That's what you're saying?
Yes,
man, I'm saying. Look,
I'm genuinely asking.
I know you're just asking, and I'm genuinely just answering the question.
Okay.
I think that he has the ability to score the basketball. So if you got a coach that wants to input that type of offense, whatever the offense may be, I don't know how he get it off. I'm just saying, why instead of Joel being the first option, maybe Tyrese be the first option, and Joel's still gonna get his though.
I'm gonna tell you guys one thing. I'm not gonna say I wasn't saying Maxey should be a number one option. I was saying he should be featured more in the offense, whether that's on ball, whether that's in pick and roll. You guys said that that's not his best form of scoring. He scores more off feeding off other people.
With Harden? With Harden still there, or what are you saying?
With or without Harden?
I thought Harden was leaving.
With or without him. But my thing is, I would just have Maxey more in off-ball sets, like coming off screens, coming off flare screens, double screens.
Oh, I agree with that.
Things like that.
Yeah. That's a Dr. Rivers problem, though.
I would have Maxey running around almost to a Steph Curry extent, almost like Reggie Miller. I would have him coming off all type of screens.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying give Tyrese Maxey the ball and then just watch him play basketball. I'm saying like still play ball, but maybe we're trying to get
you're saying first option though.
First option doesn't mean you have. See, that's that Luka Doncic basketball. First option doesn't mean you dribble around for 20 seconds.
No, I don't think there's a world where you should be first option.
I'm saying that we're running an offense that's more predicated to get Tyrese Maxey open to get his shot off.
I'm fine with that, but not to the extent of the first option though. That's all.
I mean, cool. I'm saying whatever they're doing hasn't worked. So I'm saying the process obviously isn't the way to go. So what I'm saying is let's look at something else. And I was more so asking if y'all thought Tyrese Maxey was good enough to take that role. I never said, hey, you know what Philly should do? No, I said, do y'all think that Tyrese is good enough?
For sure.
Jalen Carter said,
but then see when y'all do shit like that, like what Marshall's doing right now, and Lo, you get to jumping all over your studio. People in the comment section take it as, oh my God, Bob's saying Tyrese Maxey's the best player on the team. These dudes love y'all so much that if you do any of those reactions, they don't even know what I said no more.
So, but the
Like,
problem is
all
that
they hear is Tyrese Maxey, and they hear you hollering, and they see Mars doing all this, and they be like, "Oh, so Bob must think Tyrese Maxey's the best player in the world."
no.
Like,
To be fair though, like y'all three were saying three different things. I didn't compute that. So Chill was saying more ball handling responsibility, put the ball in his hands. You're just saying become more involved in the offense to the extent of a first option. And Ron is saying just feature him more regardless of who's around him. I disagree with all three of those things. But still, I mean, it's fine. Everything is more reasonable now.
87% of you voting on this poll are all just annoying.
What's the poll?
Is Mars a troll?
Oh,
yeah. Should have been 100%.
The 13% of you, I appreciate you guys. 87% of you.
Is Mars a troll? Is Mars a troll? Yes or no?
I don't like you guys, man.
Moving along, fellas. I got a few more super chats I got to get to. The Bukayo Saka said losses on Monty and KD. Monty because the only good moves he made were because CP3 got injured and he didn't have a choice. KD forgot how to shoot and handle. Only reason this series was competitive was Book.
He ain't forget. He ain't forget.
Yeah,
that's just what he is in the playoffs when he doesn't have elite creation.
I also think that Monty should have been made more attentiveness to get Jokic involved in pick and roll sets and half court offense. I was just so like after, especially once the game was kind of like over with. In the last night's game, they just start running ISO ball. Like their whole scheme was just completely thrown out the window. They just gave up, and so that was also pretty disturbing. I think he should have just kept attacking that all season long. Though I didn't like that.
Hearts LLC got a trio of super chats just for you, Mars. He said, "Mars, you know he don't got a bag, LOL. And Jalen isn't hungry. He doesn't need basketball. I watch Houston. Don't build around Jalen.
Why do I need Jalen Green to be hungry?
He wants it. He needs to be hungry, bro. He's complacent already
because he's already the best player in the NBA.
You gonna be complacent about that? Wow.
I mean, when you're just
you need to be the best player of all time, not just the NBA.
Who's the best player of all time?
Loser mentality.
I never said he's gonna be over Bill Russell. I said Michael Jordan levels.
He's not even that yet. So
we'll see.
You gotta get over the Karl Malone allegations.
Oh my God, Karl Malone allegations. Jesus Christ.
J3rd said, "What team does the panel see Jaylen Brown playing for when the Celtics fail again?"
Golden State.
The Celtics.
I think he's gonna stay with the Celtics, especially because he made All NBA. Yo, chill. I've been meaning to ask you about the All NBA thing.
Yeah.
Did you see what Mark Jackson did?
And he quickly got on and apologized about that too.
Yeah, because Charles Barkley called him an idiot.
As he should have, 100%.
For those who don't know, Mark Jackson did not vote Jokic in for the MVP.
In the top 5.
In the top 5, yeah.
Yeah, not just voting. He got votes. He didn't have him as a top 5 voter. He had Shea and Donovan Mitchell ahead of him. He had Shea and Donovan Mitchell ahead of him. I'm thinking to myself, no.
Shea,
you might want to go playoffs. You might want to go clean that up right now.
And then he lied about it. He lied about it, but you know it is what it is. He voted for him for other reasons, but he did lie about it. Shout out to Mark.
Fellas.
Take his vote away.
Take it.
Pause.
Fellas, we got oddly 10 minutes left, and I do want to talk about the games tonight. Let's go ahead and make this happen. I need
75 more chats, man.
Yeah,
I need predictions.
Ron would rather talk about some meaningless games than read you guys super chats. That's crazy.
Game 6 in the Eastern Conference semifinals.
Read the super chats, Ron. Read the super chats.
Super chats.
Read them. Read the super chats.
They already know who we got, man.
Yeah, we all know, but everyone has Miami and everyone has the Lakers.
Read the super chats.
You're welcome, chat. I got you guys reading super.
Actually, I'd rather us get to a game 7 in both of the series and have a jam-packed Mother's Day. I'd rather have that.
Yeah, there we go.
Anyway,
Jalen Carter said, "I'm an R&B singer, bringing back the Usher, Neo, Mario vibes. That crying in the rain, get your girl back, R&B, early 2000 R&B vibes."
All right. And Jalen,
can we get some music? Can we get some music on how to keep your girl instead of get her back?
Yeah.
You know, let's take preventative measures.
Or just get her, or just get her in bed. Can we get music? Yeah, let's do that.
Let's super chat.
Hey, chill. What's the name of that song? Chill.
I'm talking about preventative measures
to keep my girl. The Whispers.
Teddy Pendergrass.
The Whispers got a song. Go listen to it. It's called "Lady." This is about keeping my girl. Why you are my girl and why you gonna stay my girl, not just trying to get my girl in bed.
You know, tell her why you love him or why they shouldn't leave. Not crying about I'm sorry, baby, I messed up. Come back to me. I'm crying and all that shit.
Riz Town, love it, man.
Messi 10i said, why does Luka have as many All-NBA first teams in his 5th season as the supposed greatest point guard of all time?
Because he got voted to 4 All-NBA first teams.
That's all. And Magic got
the NBA trying to keep Luka happy. They don't want him to go nowhere.
Does he have that many? He has many Magic?
He's made it. Oh, he's made it as many as Steph. He's saying Steph is allegedly the great. So yeah, he's made 4. So yeah,
congrats to Luka.
I don't know why you had to ask us why. Like, you know how All-NBA voting works. Like, he got voted.
Jay the activist said, no matter how much Mars trolls, Arsenal still bottled the league.
I said we'd lose the league, so that doesn't bother me. Nice try though.
Mars, who's the best striker in the world today?
Damn. Harry Kane. Harry Kane's the best striker in the world. There we go.
And you got it. Thickest Pilot 9 said, what would be the best finals with the teams left?
You already said it. Sixers and Nuggets.
I want to see the Knicks and Warriors. Julius Randle in the finals is something I need to see.
No, he just wants Curry to walk into another.
He would shut you up too, Mars. He would zip you. He would zip your trap. You'd be done. You would have nothing else.
Hey, Julius Randle finals MVP.
No, stop. Were you imagine Julius Randle on Draymond and Mooney?
I would shut you right up, Mars.
Julius Randle finals MVP. Oh my god.
I would love to see that. I would love that for Julius.
Young Rack said, wish Mook would say some Kawhi-ish. 3-1. Don't forget.
That did happen. Yes, it did.
That was a bad time.
He did blow 3-1 lead against Jokic. He did.
That was some bum shit from Kawhi too.
It was.
And I was saying it when it happened.
Pimp named Slickback said, and Chill is spot on. We need to stop acting like this is 2K. Basketball is a team game. Chemistry matters. Depth matters. Experience matters.
100%. 100%.
Which is why it's even more interesting that people keep picking KD to win. He don't have those things that people still keep keeping KD to win. I don't understand it.
It's just interesting.
What about the Suns? What about the Suns?
They're making it to the finals next year. It's fine. Yeah, Benzema might be better than Kane. Haaland isn't, but Benzema might be.
Hit 44 said cheesecake over teammates. Shaking my head.
That's James Harden.
Sharky HD said KD is trash. Don't let D-Book off the hook though. Choked.
Yeah, D-Book had one of the
he had a bad performance. KD doesn't suck. No, let's chill out. Let's chill out with KD. He don't suck. No, he doesn't.
Nah. Man, them boys was last night. They was playing like they thought they was gonna win. Like they, for some reason, they was celebrating the night before. Like they was up partying together. They was popping pills.
Okay.
AB said KD is still top 5 sexiest in the league. Hashtag Damo
game. Easy.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Okay. All right. Oscar Proud Jr. said he was the best player on the Warriors. Yes, they were loaded, but they do not win without him.
Okay, they could win without him. That's not true. But yes, he was the best player on the team. 2 finals MVPs proved that.
He was not the best player on the team, bro.
Revisionist history is crazy.
It is.
Anastius said, and the Suns getting sent home by Victor next year.
Yeah, Victor, Jalen Green, Trevor Ariza. Yeah, we'll be going crazy.
Going to be in the Eastern Conference. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. I didn't know Houston would change conferences, but whatever.
No, Charlotte.
God Serena, replying to Oscar Proud Jr., said the Golden State Warriors would have won either 2017 or 2018 without KD. Curry won with and without KD. Now put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Chill out.
Here's the facts.
Yeah,
we put a lot of stuff in pipes and smoking it.
Yeah, she a ticket girl. That's what she is.
Oscar Proud Jr. said, Big Ox, back. What up, though?
What up? Big
And
Ox
that-
in the house.
So she's a ticket girl, and that's an Ox boy.
Okay.
C Peasy the GOAT said career, one bad postseason, and now he's washed.
It's funny. We said that exact same sentence, one bad postseason, and now he's washed, was said exactly this time last year. The exact same sentence. So
Literally.
So it's funny that you say one bad postseason.
Sounds like a pattern. Sounds like a pattern, Moss.
Yeah, it's just funny that. Interesting.
That's what it sounds like to me. Sound like we've seen this or heard this before.
Young SA9 said, "Love how y'all base KD career of 2 seasons."
No, we do not.
Who did that?
No, we don't.
We're just telling y'all who he is right now. It's who he's been for a good portion of his career, but y'all in denial about it.
Right.
Like somebody saying his shooting splits in the playoffs are 50, 38, 90.
He also said, "If 29, 9, and 6 is wash, y'all got it."
Great box score watching from you. It takes a real talent to look at points, rebounds, and assists. I want to be like you one day. But
basketball
leave out the fact that
it's amazing that you could just watch a box score and then believe that you know how basketball works. It's crazy.
Right.
Well done.
Young SA9 once again said Ayton did not get one game with 10 plus rebounds versus Denver.
More great box score watching.
Great.
How many? Because really and truly, I've said this before. The arbitrary number of 10 is so crazy. Because I guarantee you probably had some games with 9 rebounds. So are you really telling me that because he didn't get one more rebound, you have a problem with him? Like, do you really have that problem? No, you just like the number 10. It's weird. You guys.
He had 9 offense. He had 9 rebounds in 2 of those 2 out of 6 games.
See what I mean? Like, stop box score watching, please. Just watch the games. Even though he was still trash. He was still trash. But like,
but it wasn't because of rebounding though.
Yeah, like who cares because he got 9 rebounds instead of 10? Like,
shush.
And the games in which he didn't, he played like 30 minutes and fewer. So
basketball reference is going to be the death of basketball.
Yeah, facts.
Somebody said in the chat, greatest Mars and Low. Y'all do the same thing with Will Chamberlain and his box score. Stop getting rude now. Yeah, because the games don't exist, you idiot.
The issue is I've actually watched a substantial amount of Will Chamberlain, and I've said the box score doesn't tell the whole story of Will Chamberlain.
Which is crazy. When you watch it, it actually is worse.
The box score is the reason people hold Will Chamberlain to a higher standard. Me watching him is why I have him in lower regard.
Yes.
So that's cap.
Sure. All right, people. On the way out, pinned at the top of the chat, you see a link to Underdog Fantasy. Click that link. Use the promo code #ThePanel. Go ahead and win you some money. We'll match up to whatever you put in, up to 100. You put in 50, now you got 100. Where else can you double up like that? Okay. Where else can you do that? On the way out, I just want to leave you guys with this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want to do one more? All right, come on, let's do it then.
Oh, damn.
Jalen Brunson.
Oh, no.
Higher. No, go down one more. 39 and a half. Higher. Mm-hmm. There you go.
Jesus.
How much we got in the account? Put it all on it.
Jesus, okay.
I'm kidding. 20 euro. 20. You need at least 2 picks. Fire. Okay. Julius Randle.
Yeah,
no,
Julius
no,
Randle.
RJ Barrett. What you want to do?
Julius Randle points. Higher.
Come on, no. Mars wants higher Julius points.
There we go. Julius Randle.
Oh, it's not available.
They don't want us to win money. We can do RJ Barrett. Fine.
What's RJ Barrett's points?
28 and a half.
20
and a half.
Lower. Come on, Chad. Let's win us some money tonight. Let's do that.
When Julius Randle has a 30-point game,
15 Mars, 15.
Your first sessions we submitted. Please say multiple teams.
Max Strus.
What the?
He'll have a turnover tonight. He'll have a turnover. Higher on 0.5 turnovers. There we go. Cool. We in the game. Euro, let's put a couple more on there. Let's go ahead and let's max it out. You see the payout multiplier up top. Let's get up to times 20.
Oh, okay.
Let's keep going.
Where LeBron at?
Yeah, let's do LeBron James.
What y'all got LeBron doing tonight?
Higher than 2.5. Higher than 2.5.
No way you're calling him that.
There we go.
Well, you've been caping for him all season long.
And last but not least, might as well go to him, Anthony Davis.
Higher on rebounds.
Oh man.
Low, you got him higher? or lower?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that.
I would go higher on the turnovers. That really 2.5.
And there you go, chat. We have our times 20 multiplier. Euro, go ahead and throw. There we go. 35 turns into 700. Can't wait to take that to you nowhere.
We'll take it.
Pound town.
We'll take it.
Told y'all, make sure y'all take these. Make sure you use your earnings to buy a hood rat of pizza, a slice of pizza.
Why are we rushing this? Who's next?
What you mean, who's next?
Thanks, Lou. Thanks.
Oh, I thought somebody was next.
No, that's it.
Okay, cool.
Same time Monday.
Definitely not.
We'll see y'all.
Next. Definitely not.
Take it light.
Close
Take it.
Oh, okay.